Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. Random show. What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hold on. Let me get the gains up a little bit on here. Let me get the gain up maybe artificially to about 11. Let's do 12. 12. Hopefully you can hear me there. Hopefully you can hear me there. Hopefully you can hear me there. Hopefully that's a bit better. Hopefully that's a bit better. Artificially increase the gain. Actually, what I should do is go lower, up high. Boom. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay. That's what I don't do. You have to go lower, then you gotta go higher. Okay, cool. That should be good. That should be good. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate all of you. Wagwan for the Wagwan. Wagwan for the Wagwan. Apologies for the other day. Apologies for the other day. But I've been burning the midnight oil on both ends. I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I crashed. I fell asleep and woke up at 6 a.m. So apologies for that. And I, of course, had a working day, so I couldn't be on here. But we're back now. We're back. We're back, ready to rock, ready to crack on. In the meantime, I did prepare some clips. I did prepare a couple clips, so we shall be watching a couple clips and a couple videos and shit and all that malarkey. You get me? But big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Smash the like, hit subscribe. 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 Okay, cool. Let's get this up on my phone. I've got all my chat loaded. Yeah, cool. Let's just get into it. 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 Let's go. So first things first. First things first. Let's talk a little bit. This is kind of old, about 3 days ago, but let's talk a little bit and let's discuss a little bit Chris D'Elia's reaction to the whole Riyadh Comedy Festival shit. I thought it was really odd, really strange, very unhinged, but also spoke a lot to his own issues. It was kind of very self-referential, you know? He was almost talking for himself. It wasn't really about Riyadh. It was mostly about how he got cancelled and the lack of quote-unquote loyalty he felt that he got from his other peers. Very strange, very bizarre rant. In it, you also hear Eric Griffin weirdly siding with Chris, which makes me believe that he was aware of all the allegations against him. Because you guys remember, I think it was that girl. What's her name? I wish I remembered her name. No, I do. Is it Alice Hamilton, whatever, one of those names? Forgive me, lady, if you're watching. But the mixed race lady with the big curly hair, the comedian. Do you remember she accused Eric Griffin of doing something untoward to women? I don't think it was towards her. I think it was someone that she knew. Like, hey, Eric Griffin, you're a fucking creep. I've heard about you. So it's not surprising to hear Eric Griffin like weirdly defending Chris, kind of backing him up in his rant. I was like, oh, that was weird. But then when I thought about it, I was like, oh, hold on, actually, it makes sense why he's defending him, because Eric has his own allegations out there about him too, which, you know, he thinks probably are incorrect or wrong. And that's what you get from this, basically. I think watching this, what you get from this is deep down, or not even deep down, for some reason, Chris doesn't think he did anything wrong. That's a really surprising thing. So it makes his apology seem odd. Remember when he got cancelled and he apologized, sex therapy, all this shit. So why did you go to therapy and why did you apologize if you feel like you did nothing wrong? That's what I feel like in the rant. I either feel like, I get the feeling Chris D'Elia feels like he did nothing wrong, or Chris D'Elia is one of those weirdos who feels like no matter what he does, his friends should stand by him. That's the kind of feeling I get with him. Anyway, it's really, really strange. I clipped the whole thing, so I think it's about 10 minutes. I'll pause and play as usual. So if you want to watch it yourself, I'll put the link in the description so you can watch it yourself, the full little clip that I made. Or not made, I just clipped it out of the fucking podcast so you can watch it yourself. But I'm going to be pausing and playing. So do remember, I am reacting to this, okay? I understand the pausing and the playing can be annoying for some reason and sometimes, but don't worry. When I clip this later, I will put the clip in the description, and when this stream is over, you will see also the link in the description too to watch it yourself in full, okay? Don't complain, don't cry, don't leave me mean comments. I am reacting. This is basically a reaction channel. Please don't bully me. I beg of you. Please don't bully me. Wrong one. This is the one. Let's go.
Does your wife? So you talk about shoes on the furniture. Do you put shoes on the furniture? No, I don't either. Do you?
If I'm tired enough, I'll kick my feet up, and then my wife will wake me up and be like, "Get your shoes off the couch." I'm like, "Oh, but the dog's cool." He's just.
By the way, just quick, have to stop it there. Of course, Brendan is the type of person who puts his shoes on the furniture. Of course, Brendan's the type of person who goes on a run, walks in with his fucking dirty shoes, and then puts his feet up on his own couch. Of course, Brendan Schaub is that person that will put his feet up with his shoes on his nice dining room table. That's probably just been polished or is very expensive or whatever people eat off. Of course, Brendan's that guy, and of course, Brendan's the type of guy to get his behavior, to get his morality, to get his whatever from a dog. What? Because a dog does it, it's okay. Like, huh? That's the arguments he has with his wife in home. Oh, the dog does it and I can't. That's a bit mean. That's not fair. It's like, what? What a fucking idiot.
Just out fucking side.
Right, I understand, but I guess what I'm asking is, putting your feet up is different than putting your shoes on the furniture. Putting your like, will you put the bottom of your soles on your couch and not even think about it?
Oh, I take my shoes off.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
But Kristen will.
You guys are Asian. Insane. Oh, you guys are Asian. You're Asian. Only Asian people do that.
No. Kristen will like.
You guys.
I know he's kind of doing it as like a bit of a bit. It's a thing now, right? He's a lot more obnoxious and like whatever on this particular pod, especially because he does it via Zoom. So in order to get his point across, he comes across a little bit more ratty and shit. But it's quite infuriating how loud and wrong he is, isn't it? No, I know it's one of the main ingredients of being a lolcow. Like all lolcows across the board have that ingredient where they're really loud and wrong, and they double triple down on the most dumbest things. So of course, the only person that would want to take their shoes off before they come into their house is somebody that is Asian, I guess. There's like some inherent racist joke there or something, as if like you're lame, as if it's not cool. What? It's just, could you imagine what his mansion would look like if he didn't have cleaners, if he didn't have maids, if he didn't have help? Could you imagine the state of his mansion? What would it look like?
Walk in airport urinals with the same shoes that she'll just be like on the couch fully, and I'm just like,
yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
No, but I'm like that. You're saying that's disgusting. Yeah. So I'm like, babe,
I don't give a fuck.
No, so Brendan's disgusting. Brendan, my wife, disgusting. So
yeah.
So everyone in here is like, that's clearly disgusting. But I don't even think about it in the disgusting way. It's just something I don't do. I'll just take my shoes off if I'm going to do it, because there's 100%.
Just have some respect for your own surroundings, no? Just have some level of respect for your own surroundings, and don't give yourself unnecessary extra jobs to do. Why would you put your feet with your shoes on all over the couch, all over the carpet, all over your fucking clean polished wooden floors, and just give yourself more work? Why not just take them off, have some slippers by the side of the door, and put on your slippers when you come in? Is it really that difficult? Back in the day, I'm sure some of you guys are the same. I grew up in a household, when I lived at home, it was me and my two little brothers, plus my dad. So 3 men basically, or 4 men basically, in the crib. And we we'd do men shit, innit? Sometimes my dad would go to he'd go hiking. Sometimes we'd play football. We'd come back with battered boots, and what would we do? We'd leave our boots outside of the house. Usually, if it got mud on it, you let it dry for a bit, and then you come back after and you slap them together, and it gets all the mud off. And then, at that time, we lived in a crib where we had little hose in the garage. You get the hose out, and you just clean. You just kind of, rinse the bottom of your shoes, let them dry out. And then, of course, after, if you want to bring them in, you can. But most of the time, if you had boots or if you had shoes that you normally wore outside, or like you normally wore like in the mud and shit, you usually just left them outside. You left them maybe behind the garden door, in the shed, in the garage, behind the bit. Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even bring them indoors. You'd only have your like going out shoes indoors. And even those you want to put on in the crib. We'd have a little bit next. I'm sure most normal people have this. You have a little section next to your door, maybe with a little mat, where you just change into your shoes that you want to go out in. Or God forbid, when you're about to go out, then you put your shoes on in the hallway as you're about to leave. So you minimize the amount of time that you're stepping around your house with outdoor shoes. It's not that difficult. Even more so for these people. I'm talking about, you know, I'm talking about growing up in like council houses, like regular houses, you know, I don't know, equivalent to maybe Section 8 housing and shit. These guys live in mansions. Why wouldn't you want your mansion to look nice? Well, why wouldn't you want to upkeep your man? Why would you want to give yourself more work to do in that mansion? Like, you know, backbreaking work, even if your maids are not around. Why bother having more stuff to sweep, more stuff to fucking polish, more stuff to wipe, to clean? Just take them off. Is it really that difficult? So bizarre. Don't get me wrong. I think he's partly lying. I think Brendan is partly lying because he's just trying to make a good podcast. I really doubt it that an Hispanic Latina lady like Joanna, and looking, you know, judging by what she looks like, she's kind of materialistic and a bit vain and shit. I really doubt Slow Joe would let Brendan come in the house with his shoes on. She seems to walk around for, again, you know, please bear with me for being so perceptive, but she doesn't look like the type that wears slippers. She's the type of woman that walks around the house barefooted. So a woman that walks around barefooted wouldn't want to step on, like, you know, loads of crunchy bits, you know? She wouldn't want to step on loads of crunchy bits coming off of his fucking feet, off his soles of his shoes. So I highly doubt he walks around the house with his shoes on anyway. I think he's just saying this to kind of be the big man on his podcast, right? And kind of show off and act like he wears the trousers. I'm pretty sure Slow Joe screams at him, or even his mum, or even his mother-in-law, make sure that he takes his shoes off. But it's quite funny that he's probably the one person they have to remind more than the kids. Slow Joe and her own mum have to probably remind Brendan more about taking off his shoes before he comes in the house than the children in that house. Just goes to show.
Piss all over your shoes at all times.
Who cares?
In no world do we live in where
who cares?
No, that's fine.
Who gives a fuck?
But Brendan, if you don't give a fuck, that's fine. But that's not where my wife lives. My wife goes, no, there's not.
And
I go, oh, okay.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
No, at least understand. If she's like, who cares? There's piss on my shoes. It's fine. Get it all over the couch. It doesn't matter. That's fine, but that's not what she's doing. She's going, you're crazy. And I'm like, do you ever walk around?
She's getting a lick back though. She's getting her lick back. Didn't he lie profusely about all the alleged underage girls he may have diddled, and all the women in general that he was cheating on his wife with, which people said was in the hundreds, in the triple digits? So she's just getting a lick back. She's like, oh, you're making it up. It's all in your head. I didn't walk in with piss on my shoes. You're making it up. It's all in your head. The same thing he probably did to her. The same gaslighting and manipulating he did to his wife to convince her that all the documentaries, all the accounts from women, all the screenshots from young girls, all those things are wrong. All those things were wrong. She, you know, exactly, a bit younger, exactly. They're having the gaslight off. Exactly. They're having the gaslight off. So it is what it is. You won the first round, she's winning the second round. May the battle may the battle continue. Not commence. May the battle continue.
Yeah.
In places, fucking dude, it's like she went to Saudi Arabia and fucking got the check for comedy and is still against places to ban free speech.
Yeah.
You're not living correct.
Yeah.
That's the pivot, by the way. That's the pivot, isn't it? Interesting pivot. Also shows you how little he thinks of his wife. All these guys anyway secretly hate their wives, isn't it? I think all these guys secretly hate their wives, but they also need their wives to hold down their household or to maintain their household. Without their wives, their household would implode. But I think all three men secretly, not so secretly, hate their wives.
That's the thing about me.
What if they did offer her?
It's just mad, isn't it, that Erica's married, isn't it? Look at the shape of this guy. It's absolutely incredible that he's even married, isn't it? Like, just look at him. Look at that neck hole on his t-shirt. Look at his face. Like he hasn't washed or moisturized his face in, I don't know, centuries. Look at the state of his body. Like, the fact that he's married should give every man hope. If you're out there and you're single or you've just been broken up with or cheated on, stay on your path. Master your craft. Get money. Because Eric Griffin has proved if you get money, you're good. If you get money, you're good. Because this motherfucker is, I don't know, he's shaped like a lazy boy. He's shaped like a, do you remember those bean bags they used to have in startups? Startup, what were they called again? Startup bean bag. It was black. I remember I had a couple. Startup bean bag. You'd have these bean bags out in the common area that you all sit down on. I remember it was black. It had like a red label. I remember we had it in a couple of startups I used to work at. Black with a red label. I forgot the brand, but you know, he's shaped like one of these things basically. But what I'm talking about, it was like a big pillar. But honestly, he's basically shaped like one of these things. Oh, what was it called? It was a brand. It had like a red tab, like a Levi's tab on the side of it. But if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, fucking hell, that's how he's built basically. He's built like one of these. He's built like one of these chairs, or even one of these chairs actually. He's built like one of these trendy chairs. You know, he's built like one of those chairs. That's fucking Eric Griffin. So congrats to him on getting married. Congrats to him on having sex.
To go.
No, here's a better question for both of you. If both of you got offered, would you have guys of went
hair? I love how he can't say here. He says hair.
So that's the thing about me.
What if they did offer her to go?
Hair.
No, here's a better question for both of you. If both of you got offered, would you have guys of went to Saudi Arabia?
Would you have guys? Jesus Christ, man. Is English your first language or not? Would you have guys?
For her to go.
No, here's a better question for both of you. If both of you got offered, would you have guys of went to Saudi Arabia?
Would I have gone to Saudi Arabia if we got big paychecks?
Yeah,
for the
yeah, $500,000.
I told this to Eric the other day. I told this to Eric the other day. I said I've been through.
Isn't Eric kind of a bit of a wokey as well? That's a bit interesting, isn't it? Right? Eric Griffin's also a bit of a wokey, but he would also be willing to be a tool, to be a prop, to be used as a propaganda arm for the Saudi government. Makes sense.
Through so much that I don't believe anyone. First of all, there's a difference between being an outspoken comic about all the issues and all of the.
Hey, brother, answer the question before you go on a rant. Just answer the question. But he's not going to answer the question. He's going to go on a rant because he's clearly been wanting to rant for a while. He's got some feelings about this, very complicated and confused feelings, but feelings nonetheless.
The what do you call it? The being an advocate and ally and all that shit, and then taking money to go do that shit.
Agreed.
Then there is with if Nate Bargatze went out there, which he didn't, but like. Dude, the guy's not political at all. He's just like fucking talking about how his dog got out of his house.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Those people have families
Sebastian, too. Like all that stuff. That's different. So, so it's like if
but he's been going for years.
No, but what I'm saying, if you're
Eric snitching there, Eric snitching.
Like there's priorities. So my priority in my life is to make sure that only my family is good. Fuck noise,
everything else.
Fuck comedians, fuck issues. My issue is to make sure my family is nice.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good to know. Chris D'Elia cares about nobody else apart from his family. Well, you probably should have thought about your family before you went ahead and started messaging 17-year-olds. Allegedly. Maybe you should have thought about your family more, because then you wouldn't be in a position where you're having to make money this way. You know? Because he's clearly in a bit of a rattle. I don't know. I feel like Chris has been a bit rattled lately. He's a little bit highly strung. So I'm wondering if like finances are not where they should be, whether he's just contemplating everything and questioning his life choices, but he seems a bit on edge recently. It could just be leftover residue effects of him getting cancelled. I still think he is lucky he got away with it. You know, in a fair and just world, he probably should be in prison. Let's be real. In a fair and just world, he probably should be in prison. But, you know, he did a few things correctly, you know, didn't really engage in any illicit pedo shit. It was kind of on the edge, you know, asking somebody about their age and then them telling you what they are, and then you coming back a day or they turn 18 is a bit sus, but it's not illegal, you know. You kind of did stuff on the borderline level, but still, regardless, we know what we know. We saw what we saw. We made our mind up about what he is, right, in terms of the diddler and shit. So he's never gonna shake that. But I still think he should be a little bit. He should be a little bit grateful that he has a career still. You know, I know it's probably not the career that he wants. He probably wants to be on Netflix. He probably wants to be on HBO. He wants to be on red carpets. He wants to be da 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 da. I get it, but unfortunately, you're the one that did the oopsie doopsie. You're the one that did the oopsie doopsie. You know, so you kind of have to live with the choices that you've made, the consequences of your choices. But what you will get from this rant is that Chris doesn't fundamentally believe he did anything wrong, which is weird because didn't he apologize?
So I don't give a fuck about your politics. Everyone's treated me like trash. Fuck you. I don't care as long as my family's good. So yeah, I would. But if I'm out there saying, hey, the Me Too movement, hey, Black Lives Matter, hey, this is all important shit, you know, we need free speech, and then you take the bag, you're a fucking asshole.
But hold on. Wasn't he complaining about counterculture on his own career? Counterculture affecting his career, counterculture affecting his prospects, counterculture essentially, you know, taking him out of the industry and shit. Isn't he technically doing the same thing? Because you're going to a country where they don't cancel, they imprison, and in some cases they kill if you say the wrong thing. So you're okay with that just because they're paying you well?
It's different.
Agree. Also, different. Me going down there is not going to change anything.
No, I know.
Again, I don't know what point that's meant to make from Brendan. You going down does not change anything. Well, you going there definitely changes things for the worse. Let's just say that. You going there definitely changes things for the worse. It doesn't make things better, that's for sure. It definitely makes things worse.
No, that's a separate issue.
It's a comedy show. It's not going to change anything. But to your point, if you're rallying like...
If it's not going to change anything, why is the Saudi government doing it? Why is the Saudi government like... I can't imagine. What do you think they spent on that bill? Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Dave Ross, whatever his fucking name is, the other guy, the Indian dude. How much they spent on that bill? Maybe let's say a safe estimate. The Saudi government spent about 10 million on that bill alone, on booking the guests, booking the comedians. It's very doubtful that they made 10 million back. What did they spend 10 million for? They spent 10 million as an exercise of trying to whitewash their crimes, of trying to present a kinder, more softer, more genteel, more warm, more open face to the Western media, to the Western world, so that people don't think about Jamal Khashoggi and all the other human rights violations that they're kind of currently, you know, entangled in. Again, smart move by them, but let's not act like that's not the reason why they did it. They did not spend that money just because they love comedy. They spend that money for the long play, you know, for tourism, hopefully, hoping that that's going to play a part in making people think, you know what, Riyadh ain't that bad. I want to go visit there next time instead of going to fucking Seychelles or something.
Like the whole Me Too movement and women rights matters, and then you take the bag. Oh, well, you don't stand for shit.
Yeah, no, it's...
You just repeat what he said, by the way. Basically, I love how he says women's rights matter as if like women's rights don't matter. I love how Brendan mocked women's rights, acting as if it doesn't matter. Women's rights matter. Dog lives matter.
It's just you. Now I can't believe anything.
No, you're a sellout.
Say
your definition of a sellout.
It's like you were in the. It's like, dude, you.
So people who preach, so people who are activists, but then decide to go and take the Saudi bag are sellouts. But people who go there and get used by the Saudi government as propaganda tools to whitewash their human rights violations aren't sellouts. Makes sense.
You only do shit for money. Don't act like you are someone who is moral. Don't do that.
Well, that's all performative.
Well, no.
Can't you do both though, Crystalia? Can't you do both? Can't you have principles? Can't you have morals? Can't you be an activist? Can't you fight for a cause but also make money? Is that not possible? Can't you make money and then distribute that money back into the causes that mean something to you? Can't you, in the process of making money, shine more light on the causes that matter to you? Aren't two things easy? Can't you do those two things at the same time? Technically, some people would allege Chris D'Elia as a alleged diddler and a comedian. He's doing two things at the same time.
Well, it is
to your point,
performative.
to your point, Chris, though, it's like you're only doing things for traction and followers and to get views or for money. You don't stand for anything.
That's a weird and very gross generalization. So nobody stands for anything. Nobody stands for anything, which makes my decision to go there easier because everyone's full of shit. No, some people aren't full of shit. Some people do stand for something. And the fact that it's really interesting how they compute things in their brains. Nothing really matters, so what, I can just do whatever the fuck I want. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but to some people stuff matters. And if they're gonna call you out, they're gonna call you out. Really and truly, if you didn't care, if you really were about your money, like these guys say they are, you just wouldn't give a fuck. You wouldn't even reply. You just keep on keeping them. But these guys are rattled and they're saying what they're saying because in part they know they fucked up. Especially the ones who speak a lot about free speech and whatnot. You know, they know they fucked up, but they can't kind of accept the fact that they fucked up and just move on from it. So it's just a constant moving of the goalposts, constant gaslighting, constant manipulation, all this sort of nonsense. I don't really know what's going on here, to be fair. I don't really know who they're really arguing with or shouting at, but it's an interesting conversation nonetheless.
Yeah,
like you'll go with whatever thing is going to get you eyeballs or money. Like you don't.
Don't you guys do the same thing? Don't you guys do exactly the same thing?
Don't stand for anything.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. But so my thing is like, don't, you know, it's like if you're whether you're going to Saudi Arabia for money or you're pretending you are an ally to save your money, it's the same fucking thing.
Why does he think everyone that's an ally is pretending? Is that his own fallacy? Is that his own morally bankrupt black hole of a fucking soul that he has? Why does he think that everybody that's an activist is fake? Everybody that has a cause, everybody that has morals, principles, everybody that advocates for a certain disenfranchised group of people are faking it. I know there are some, but why does he think everybody is faking it? It's interesting, isn't it? He thinks everybody that fights for something outside of themselves, everybody that advocates for people outside of their own immediate family is somewhat faking it. It's not true. It's not real. It's like, no, there are some people that care about others more than themselves. There are some people that are willing to sacrifice or give up what they have in order to help others. There are some people that are willing to use whatever light, whatever platform, whatever attention that they have, fame, clout, to bring more light to other things that may be a little bit more important to them. I love how Chris D'Elia has no concept of that. It's like, no, it's just fake. It's like, I think it says more about you.
Agreed.
You know, so fuck you.
This is similar to why I don't go to funerals for people I don't really know.
Eric Griffin coming in with the absolute nonsense take and contribution. Excuse me, what? You see how these comedians are? Like, they don't really listen to each other. They just wait for opportunity to talk. Like, what does this have to do with anything? Fair enough, Chris D'Elia is talking shit, right? He's talking out of his asshole, but he's trying to get to a point. He's trying to figure stuff out. He's muddling through it, but you kind of get the gist of where Chris is going. What the fuck was Eric Griffin's point? What was that about? That's why I don't go to people's funerals that I don't know. But who does? You're going on as if this is like a widespread thing, as if the majority of people out there go to people's funerals they don't know. Nobody does that. For the most, no normal, rational, common sense, well-adjusted human being goes to someone's funeral they don't know. And even if you do, you go just to pay respects to the dead. It's not that deep, really. Either way, if you go do it, it's not that deep. If you don't do it, it's not that deep. But why are you bringing this up? He's only bringing this up again to bring more attention to him because he's kind of feeling left out in the conversation. Such a weird contribution or interjection. Such a weird thing to interrupt with.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of thing.
I don't
to
want
me,
to...
it's on the same vibe level of like, you know, people, you know, someone and everybody's like, oh my God, this person was like, I was like, I don't know that motherfucker, and I'm not gonna pretend at some
like, dude, if
memorial that I don't know this person.
Also,
what the fuck is he even talking about? I don't know. Is he questioning his own mortality because he thinks he's gonna overdose on a bowl of custard or something? Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
oh, I'm dead. I don't care if you don't come.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, dude.
Pause.
Funerals are weird to me. Leave me where I am.
But this is like, I always just say, you know, because look, when you're in that position that you've been in, it's like hard to not take everything personal.
Yeah. For a while,
For a while, and I get that.
Yeah.
But my position is, you know, always, and this isn't what I'm not excusing it at all, but I'm just saying, people make business decisions. And I wish people would just be honest about that. Just be honest about that.
Yeah.
You know, just be like.
That's actually a good point. This is actually a good point. To give him credit, this is actually a good point. He's taking Crystal Lee, hey, I know you went through what you went through and you're kind of mad at the world, but you also have to understand people make business decisions. People make decisions based on their family, based on their own self-interest. In the same way that he said what he said, right, Crystal Lee? He said, oh, I don't think about anybody else, about my family. Well, some people do the same thing. So if you get accused of diddling, if you get accused of being a borderline pedophile, sorry, your friends are not going to stand by you.
Because I think that, and not to say that it's right, but I think if people would have came to you and been like, yo, man, I got to distance myself. Because
by the way, you're not entitled to that. No one's entitled to that explanation. You're a grown-ass fucking man. You made a grown-ass fucking decision to go text, allegedly, all of these young underage girls, young girls basically that aren't your wife. That was your first mistake. You got caught. That was your second mistake. You have to just accept the consequences. Like, I don't know why he wants everyone to kind of like, what the fuck is this? And also, let's make it very clear. Let's just imagine a scenario where everything that happened to Chris happened to Brendan. Do you think Chris D'Elia would be having a podcast with Brendan? We have to give Brendan credit. I know Brendan isn't doing it because he's his friend. He's doing it to make money. But do you honestly think if Brendan got cancelled for the same thing that Chris D'Elia got cancelled for, that Chris D'Elia would be making a podcast with him, would even talk to him? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. No, he fucking wouldn't. So relax with this whole, like, I don't know, moral indignation, this fucking shock and horror, this crying and moaning. Allow it, bro. Allow it. Plus, some people thought you did it anyway. I like how he's acting as if everybody that abandoned him was like, did it for like, you know, ulterior motives. Maybe some people believed the allegations. Maybe some people watched the documentaries and thought, you know what, based on what I know about this guy, based on what I'm seeing on these documentaries, I think he kind of did it, and it distanced himself from you there. Isn't that allowed? Aren't people allowed to make their own, you know, aren't people allowed to come to their own conclusion based on what's presented on media and be like, you know what, based on what I know of you, based on what I've seen, I think you're most likely guilty, so I'm going to back away. Isn't that allowed? Why is he acting as if that's completely, you know, out of the blue and really out of order? You should have, fuck out of here.
Because of boom, boom, boom. I think if they would have done it like that, it'd be different.
It would have been way different.
And you would understand because of like, you know what I mean? But that still hurts too.
Yes and no.
But I think,
yes and no.
I think that would have been better. I think that would have been better than just like.
Shut up, Brendan. Shut up, Brendan. Fucking hell. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, fucking shut the fuck up. Ay. Like, he can. You know what's really horrible about this? They're wearing headphones now because Brendan's in Texas. So they're wearing headphones now. So most likely, I would imagine if Nick is a decent producer, he's probably feeding the feed of each of them in their headphones. So they hear each other and themselves speaking. If you've ever done this, or if you've ever spoken into a mic with headphones on and you've monitored your voice, you know how fucking weird it is. It's really disconcerting. Like, oh, what the fuck? So imagine interrupting like that. Like, shut up.
Yo, man, I gotta distance myself.
Let him finish
because of boom, boom, boom. I think if they would have done it like that, it'd be different.
It would have been way different,
and you would understand because of like you know what I mean. But that still hurts too.
Yes and no.
But I think I think that would have been better. I think that would have been better than just like, you know, publicly bash.
Big up Eric Griffin, just railroading him, by the way. Big up Eric Griffin, just pushing through. That's what you're meant to do. Whenever Brendan interrupts, don't even give him time. Just keep powering through. Close your eyes and just keep talking. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Or acting funky. I mean, because that's what.
Just if you're a friend, be a friend. That's it. Just be loyal. You know, these people, even the people that, like, when people, you see all this stuff happen in Hollywood.
Honestly, is he being fair though? I know he's hurt and he feels like he got wronged, but I'm sorry, brother. Those allegations are fucking nuclear. Like, there's nothing worse. Maybe the only thing that comes close is maybe the R word that rhymes with grape. That's the only thing that may come close to being accused of being a fucking kiddie diddler. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, sometimes even your own family members are allowed to step away from you, to kind of, you know, put some distance, maybe publicly disavow. Those type of allegations are real. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Be loyal. Also, you're a stand-up comedian, bro. You probably know more than anybody. Do you think these stand-up comedians are actually friends? Of course they're not. They're friends, obviously, when it's beneficial. But do you think they're really friends? They're barely friends in the good times. Imagine being somebody that's going to hold you down during that bad time. During the time when you've been accused of what you've been accused of. This motherfucker, bro. Like, come on, man. Use your head.
Somebody goes through something, whether it's fucking accusations or whatever, and then everyone's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, you do. You know your friend. You know what they did. You know what they didn't do. Fuck you. Dude, don't.
Is he kind of admitting that he did what he did, and that anybody, including like the Brian Callens, who I think he's kind of alluding to, or maybe Whitney Cummings, is he kind of weirdly admitting that he was guilty of what he was accused of, and he just expected his friends to hold him down because they knew exactly what he was like, so they didn't have any place to suddenly act shocked in public when they knew what he did behind closed doors? Is that what it kind of sounds like he's alluding to? He's probably not doing that on purpose, but it sounds like he's saying that.
Don't be a fucking bitch about it. Don't be like, well, I wasn't in those rooms. Shut the fuck up, dude. You know what kind of person your friend is. You're lying. You're lying.
Agree, but also, Chris, I think to the point too, it helped you out. Like, you realize that they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thought you had a lot of friends. You did not have.
Brendan reminding Chris, I'm your real friend. Brendan reminding Chris, I'm your real friend. Even though I didn't call you on the day.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up Asadas.
Speaking of allegations, the allegations against Haas just dropped. Crazy. They say you eat at Arby's and been bumping French Montana. I don't want to believe it, but I look at you different now, gang.
You know, if there was an Arby's around here, if there was an Arby's around this side, if there was an Arby's around this side, that fucking goal meter down there, right? That goal thing, right? That goal thing here, that goal thing there would be all about Arby's. You know it. Arby's fund. You know that would be an Arby's fund. You know that would be an Arby's fund. You know it. Big up as hard as he is. By the way, like I said, right? Imagine Brendan got all the clout he wanted. He got all the clout out of fucking Chris D'Elia getting cancelled. He didn't call him first. He sat down in front of his cameras and started crying hysterically. No, not about Chris, by the way. Probably about loss of earnings and about the end of the Rat Pack. But Jesus Christ, look at this reminder. Those guys aren't your friends, Chris. Remember, I'm your friend. But the really tragic part about all this is this. If Brendan was the one that got cancelled, like the point I made earlier, I don't think Chris holds him down the way Brendan did. I know Brendan did it in a self-serving way. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I'm not that naive. But it's quite tragic and quite heartbreaking that Brendan is like this and is like taking loads of pride and loads of credit and sort of patting himself on the back about the fact that he held Chris down. But we all know that if what happened to Chris happened to Brendan, Chris would be nowhere in sight of Brendan.
Have a lot of friends.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those people are not your friends.
No, I know. And that's why comedians to me are.
And it makes you more cold-hearted. So would I take the money? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, I understand.
They didn't ask you. You asked them. But hey.
And I just don't. It's just entertainment. If you're an entertainer, be an entertainer. if you want to be an activist, be an activist. But
why can't you do both, motherfucker? He's like a devil, innit? He's like a devil. He's like a demon. You know when demons are like afraid of people when they start praying, or when they're like, or a vampire when like you point the cross at them or something. Like, why is he so offended? Why is he so aghast? Why is he so protrude? Why is he so disturbed by people who can do both, or at least try to do both? Why is that such an issue? Like, who are you to judge? Who are you to tell? Who are you to try and be the fucking moral barometer of what is just and what is good and what is like? Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Who are you to tell anybody what isn't and isn't a thing, what they should and shouldn't be doing? Like, get out of here, bro. Maybe stop allegedly touching underage girls.
But don't be an activist under the guise of, you're making money of it. That's horseshit. It's like, dude.
So you can't be an activist and make money. How does that even make sense? How does that even, and what does making money mean? Having a salary, getting booked for a speaking engagement, getting booked to perform comedy somewhere. So you can't make any money if you're an activist. You have to be poor. You have to live on the streets. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, this is definitely the musings of a guy that's grown up rich, isn't it? This is definitely the musings of a guy that's grown up rich, he's never had a real job, because I'm pretty sure Chris D'Elia has never worked a real normal job in his entire life. This is why he has this warped worldview. But what a bizarre creature. Again, the point should be what he said in the beginning. Hey, if you were somebody that was very vocal, activism in terms of like, capitalism, if you were anti-this, globalist, if you were if you're a free speech advocate, if you're fighting for LGBTQ rights, and then you go perform in Riyadh, you're full of shit and you should be called out for it. Cool. He's got a point there. But him just plainly saying, oh, if you're an activist, you can't go there. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Everyone has different things that they, advocate for or they champion. Some people, I'm a bit dubious on that, but some people, adhere to the principles of taking from the, it's like an overground underground thing, kind of what Virgil was about, where you take money from big corporations for speaking engagements, but then you kind of siphon that money or you pour it all back into the work that you actually want to do. It's sort of similar to what fashion photographers do. A lot of fashion photographers will do campaigns for high street fashion chains, right? Like fast fashion companies like H&M and whatnot. But they'll do them anonymously with no credit, because those advertising campaigns, those whatever, will pay a lot more money if you do the shoot for H&M, Uniqlo, all that sort of shit. And then what they'll do is that they'll take that money they made from Uniqlo and H&M and they'll pour that back into what they really want to do, which is maybe a really interesting site location photo shoot with a popping model in the middle of fucking Reykjavik somewhere, which is going to cost them a lot more money, but they can only do it because they got the money from the big corporations to do their real thing that they want to do, which ain't going to make them money, but it's going to make some great images. It might get them in certain places, blah, 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 blah. People have been doing this from the beginning of time. So I just can't understand why he can't comprehend that that is also an option where you can, use some of that tension that you got on those type of big stages to talk about and to highlight the things that you really care about.
The BLM shit, right? Like, people are like, well, the leader of BLM was using money to buy houses. Okay, if that's true, fuck her. Obviously.
That's true.
Right.
Okay?
That's true.
Right. I don't say it. I'm just saying, I knew you were going to say that, Brendan. But it's like, like this is well documented. But
it is, though. It really is. That whole thing was a scam.
I understand.
It wasn't always a scam in the beginning. Some people obviously made BLM, the reputation and their legacy has been torn to shreds because of some greedy, fraudulent fuck faces. But overall, what they were trying to get at, there was some good there to be had. It's a stick people keep beating on people in the bat with, but it's just interesting how he's quick to call out that type of scam, but he's not really quick to call out scams involving his man Donald J. Trump, is he? He's not quick to call out some of those scams, is he? That's just the interesting part of it. But hey, what do I know?
Started by 3 white guys. But
I understand, and I don't know anything about it, but I'm just saying, like whatever the truth is about anything, you know, if it's for money.
Big up us these Trug Lives Matter. Be hilarious.
And you're acting like you have this moral, I'm better than that, then you're the worst kind of person. Yeah. I mean, dude.
It's I love how Chris D'Elia is just discovering hypocrisy. Chris D'Elia is just discovering hypocrisy. The same thing people probably felt about him, right? When he was going around acting like he was a wife guy, and then we found out that he was, you know, smashing 100+ women. Some of them branding cult-like things. Some of them allegedly underage. Hypocrisy. It wasn't the cheating. It was the hypocrisy of it all.
I remember. But I look at that list, but Chris, I look at that list. I go, of course. Mm-hmm. I don't. It doesn't affect my life. I look at that list. Of course, they took the money.
I know, but people take them more. No, but you're talking about principle right now. That's what you're talking about.
Well, no, I'm talking about you're not really somebody. If, like, look, you know.
No, but people take this sort of like high horse moral high ground about certain things, and I can't stomach that sometimes.
Yeah.
I just especially when it comes from comedians. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, it's just comedians are
like the people that are like loud about this, like, hey, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia and all this kind of stuff. If you're rich, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What?
You have a gun?
Pick up Aziz.
A PDF for grapist. The hypocrisy is the worst part.
Exactly. Big up Aziz. Like, the funny thing about these guys, right? They're only having this very frank and honest conversation because they're not involved. They're not in the circle. They're not in the, you know, they're not in and amongst it. They're on the outside. They're on the periphery. That's why they're having this conversation. If all three of these motherfuckers were invited to perform in Riyadh, even Brendan, who's quote unquote retired, they would be so stum now. They will not even speak about it again on the pod. They would just collect their money, keep it moving, and carry on. Like how Bobby Lee and fucking Andrew Santino are doing on Bad Friends now. They're just trying to drop as many podcasts as possible, not mention it, and just keep on trucking. Come on, man! Like, don't act like you don't. These guys are acting as if like they wouldn't do exactly the same thing than their peers are doing now. They're just not invited. So if you're not invited, you get all the reason to kind of chastise and point fingers at people. Fuck out of here.
You know what I mean? Agreed. Like you're like, what? Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, the dude that makes 500 grand a month is saying, well, you know, I don't want to hear from you.
Or some of them coming out never got offered. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so it's easy to come out because they stand for it, but they didn't even get offers.
Similar to you,
right. Yeah.
That's all. It's just this is like muddled because like I don't actually have any issue. I don't have any issue with it, and I think it's rich. I think we are so arrogant in the United States. You know, I love it. You know, like I've said this before, and I'll say it again. What I love about the United States is we deal with our tragedies and we deal with our triumphs in the same way. We make a movie. You know, like how arrogant is that? Like 9/11 is used as a.
What the fuck is this guy talking about? On God, what the fuck is this bozo talking about now? Like, what has this got to do with anything? Like, what is he actually talking about? Isn't it funny that Chris D'Elia and Brendan Shaw are making the quote unquote best points in this debate? What the fuck is he talking about? It's like 9/11. Like, huh? What?
A plot point in shitty movies now. Do you know that? Like, it's just like it'll be some shitty movie and a spy movie, and they're like, they use 9/11. We use tragedies as like, you know.
Right.
So it's like, what? Like, we don't even care about nothing. You know?
You guys don't care about nothing. A lot of people do care about things. You guys don't care about things because it's making you uncomfortable. It's making you having to wrangle in your brains, in your minds, whether some of your comedic friends or whether you maybe are being used as propaganda arms to defend a pretty tyrannical fucking government who are abusing a lot of people over there, or just in general. Forget even the abuse. If it was me, right, I wouldn't even care about the human rights abuses. I'm not going to stand on my soapbox and be like, oh, like, oh, whatever, bad stuff's happening all around the world. I just wouldn't want to be used by somebody to to put across or come across or make them look a certain way. You know, like you just want. No one wants to be used that way. In actuality, it's not that deep. That's why I wouldn't take the job. It's not to do with like, oh, I'm really against slavery, which obviously I am, and shit, don't get me wrong. And I don't want to see gay people get thrown off buildings, but it'll be more so of the fact of like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to be used by the government to kind of whitewash their crimes. I'd rather not. It's not that deep. And it's even more concerning. Again, the real debate should be, why are these, like Kevin Hart, for instance, what the fuck did Kevin Hart make on that trip that would make his life different? Really, let's be real. Kevin Hart must be like, if Kevin Hart isn't a billionaire yet, he's probably close. You'd say, right? Kevin Hart, in terms of like assets, in terms of like net worth, he's probably in the double-digit millions, maybe even triple-digit millions. Do you really think what the Saudis offered him really changed his life that much? Dave Chappelle. That's what I want to have. I want to hear from them, because I get why Jessica Kirsten went. I get why Whitney Cummings went. I get why all these, I get why Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee went, whatever. Because those type of people, you know, yes, they're still rich, but, you know, if someone gives you a lump sum of what you would have made in a year for one gig, I get it. But I would love to hear, like, how did those guys that seem to be at the top of the game, why are they okay taking that gig? You know? Like, where is that need of, like, wanting more, of never being enough? That would be that'd be an interesting question to actually have with them, a conversation about like, hey, like these guys are at the top of their game. These guys are at the top of the fucking pyramid. Most comedians want to get to the level of a Kevin Hart, a Dave Chappelle, in terms of fame, status, all that shit, right? Forget what you think about their comedy, but just in terms of their name brand, most comedians probably want to get to that point. The conversation should be like, shit, look at all of us. We're making a ton of money on podcast. We get to live our lives the way we want to live our lives. We do stand up to a rapturous crowd and audience. Sometimes it's to our detriment because we don't really get to perform in front of real people, but still our fans love us. Yes, we have some haters, but generally we live in a pretty decent life. But we want to be like Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. Look at Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. They still have to like put their hands in the sand, you know? They still have to do all that shit. Like, when does it end? When does a rat race end? When is enough? When do you get content? When are you happy with your lump? When are you happy with your... Do you know what I mean? I would love for them to have that kind of conversation. Like, isn't that kind of concerning that we all want to be like those guys, and it doesn't seem like they are ever satisfied? They're willing to go to Saudi Arabia and maybe in the long run ruin their reputations for another bag. Like, really and truly thinking to what type of bag would really make a difference to them? Really and truly, is it really enough money to ruin your reputation over? But instead we have these asinine conversations. But hey, what do I know?
So now all of a sudden we're gonna act like Saudi Arabia, where every single president goes to Saudi Arabia, and shakes the hands or bows to the whatever. Every single president goes to Saudi Arabia. All right, so now all of a sudden comics can't go.
Does every president go to Saudi Arabia?
Trump's gone.
Well, they have to, but
Biden's
they have
gone.
to.
Yeah, well, that's
different. But they have to.
I know, but I know. So who cares? But
it's a
I'm
little
just saying,
different. They're trying to work out
Yeah, it's a
deals
little
and
different.
like.
That was
Oh, okay. So they're trying to work out deals. So are these comics that are going
that's different,
to
bro.
get their money.
We're trying to
Stupid
work out
example.
humanity, deals with humanity and shit.
Brendan in the background like, oh my god, bro, so obnoxious and annoying, innit? Just shut the fuck up, bro. God almighty. Don't put anything in the bag, man. Just smile and nod. Don't put any fries in the bag. Just smile and nod, please.
No, they're trying to make sure the oil is still coming. Listen,
if they are, yeah.
Listen, you can't be at I wish these people would make these videos from the pump. Like, go to Chevron and then make your videos about comics going to do comedy while you're filling your gas tank with Saudi oil.
You can only...
That's not the same thing, you fucking R-word, man. That isn't the same thing. You know it isn't. You fucking dumb semolina built ass dickhead. Honestly, oh my god.
Do what you are capable of doing. What I'm saying is, don't be fucking fake about it. Just don't. You can be a Nate Bargatze. You can be a Sebastian Maniscalco. You can be somebody who's out there that's fucking utterly hilarious that isn't being an activist.
That's true.
You can be that way. Be that.
But why can't you also be an activist? Like, okay, so you can do comedy and not be an activist. He's giving his examples. But why can't you also do comedy and also be an activist? Or fight, or not even an activist. Consider the thoughts and feelings of others. Maybe highlight some of the things that you've heard online, that you've read online, that you've seen, that you've watched clips of, to bring more attention to. And maybe hopefully use your fame, use your clout, use your notoriety for good. Why would you want to use your... Again, we know where he stands because it's all about him and his family, allegedly. But why some people are out there want to use what they have, whatever gift they've been given, whatever blessing that's been bestowed upon them by the gods, for the better, for the good, to help humanity. For lack of a better, I know it sounds kind of GAY, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing to try and do. Most people don't achieve it, don't get close, whatever, boom, boom, fall short. But the effort, it should be commended. And it should be allowed in the same way that the comedians he said who aren't political are allowed to just not be political. It's perfectly fine. If it was up to me, when it comes to the arts, I want the arts to be apolitical, especially when it comes to the institutions. Like, I don't want clubs to deny people the ability to perform stand-up because they don't have the right political opinion. That's not cool. But do I want all my comedy podcasts to be politic podcasts now, where they start debating and talking about politics when most of these guys are adult babies? Their profession requires them to be like children, requires them to operate or to keep themselves in a state of perpetual fucking immaturity. They have to be there. Arrested Development sort of shit. So they're not really going to have the best takes, the best worldviews when it comes to politics. So I don't really want to hear that. Plus, the reason why I was drawn to some of these comedians was because of their funnies and their comedy. Big up Mark Normand. I wasn't interested in their politics or their worldviews. Didn't give a fuck. So the ones that we want to go for the comedy, we go for the comedy for. But in general, if you want to go for politics, some person go for politics. But in general, I feel like most art should be apolitical. Unfortunately, that's not the case because politics and life are both intertwined. You know, things matter nowadays. Bloody blah blah blah. There's a lot of weird attention being put on people who probably shouldn't have the attention. So you have to kind of make sure that you are somewhat responsible with whatever platform. You know, that sort of lame shit. So the world has changed, is different. But I just don't get why this motherfucker seems so outraged, seems so perturbed by people who decide to maybe use whatever attention, whatever clout they have for the good. What's so wrong with that, brother?
That way.
We're talking about two different things, but yes, I agree.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
You know, the second you start saying, "Oh, I got to stand for this," and then money comes in and
Powerful
changes what you
bunch.
do.
Big up Youngwood
I don't
vibes.
even understand why this must humanity is on the show. He irritates my soul.
He's done a weird thing. I think I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's the hate. In the beginning, he was a lot more, I would say, objective, but I don't know. I feel like recently he's become a little bit of like a Brendan chill. Like, he always goes out of his way to kind of like back up Brendan on certain points, make a point to stress how Brendan said this to prove that. I don't know. It's just a strange role he plays. I don't know what he does. But in the beginning, when he first joined, he was somewhat of a good addition. But now recently, he's kind of gone on this weird, and now all of a sudden, he's like Chris D'Elia's biggest fan and defender. He's a strange cat. He's a strange individual, man. Strange individual.
Then yeah,
You're
then
nobody to me.
Who are you?
You're nobody. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wish people would just be honest about like when people talk about free speech, for instance, just be honest. You don't really want free speech. Just say that.
The things, no, I'm not going to say that. Big up Big Booth. He went off on me on the live stream. Lost respect for him. To be fair, I think the point where I was like, okay, this guy is not a good dude, was that story about the fucking about the Uber driver. You know, that's why I thought, okay, this guy's a real piece of shit, like a real undeniable piece of shit. That story about him getting an Uber driver, them turning up late. I think it was a woman, and then he expected the woman to put his luggage in the back of the boot. She didn't. He got all pissed off about that. And then he did one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. I'm not, some of you guys maybe are the same, but I've never heard of this. He gets an Uber to go to the airport and he decides to sit in the passenger seat. Have you heard about that? Have you ever heard of somebody ordering an Uber and sit in the passenger seat? I've never have. He sat in the passenger seat. And then as he sitting in the passenger seat, he starts writing or filing a report, a complaint, sorry, about the driver. Oh, and because I think she mentioned something about Mr. Potato Head to him in the car. He didn't like that. What the fuck is wrong? You trying to get an Uber driver fired because she made a joke? And because she didn't pick up your luggage? Like, fucking, I don't know. Weirdo.
You know what I mean? Just say, I only want speech that I agree with. Yeah. Or just say, like, I only want, quote unquote, the good speech.
Right.
Then if you don't believe in the concept, if the ideal of what free speech is, just admit that. Well, and I'm okay with that.
I don't even know what the fuck is he talking about? Isn't everyone that's complaining about people going to Riyadh advocating for free speech? And basically calling out comedians whose profession relies on free speech, going there and doing the complete opposite of what their fucking job is. They're about speaking truth to power, right? They're about being, quote unquote, I don't say the voice of the people, but you know. And then here you are willingly getting muzzled for a check. willingly betraying the tenets, the principles, the fundamentals of your own fucking profession. Come on, man.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being like, nah.
Oh, really? Queso Moses. Please, no one tell AZ Kill Tony is live right now. Well, we're gonna put that on right after this. Thank you, Queso Moses, for reminding me. Everyone in the stream chat, after we finish this clip, we're gonna put some Kill Tony. Thank Queso Moses for the suggestion. Thank you, Queso Moses, for the suggestion.
You know, Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
Right.
She deserved to get fired,
right.
Or whoever else. Just be like, that's what I feel, and I think that's a lot of what these high moral.
Yeah.
That's what these people. That's what they believe. They really believe that. That's why they can like stick up for Jimmy Kimmel, but not stick up for someone else, because they don't really believe in the idea of free speech. But it's important. But
you don't believe in salads, bro. You don't fucking believe in salads. You don't believe in showers. You don't believe in new t-shirts. You don't believe in a lot of things. So we all got our things in it. We all have our things. We all have our things. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's fucking move on.
Powerful bunch.
Big up Asad Aziz.
I love Kill Tony. Hopefully after another 200 episodes we'll discover another rare talent like Cam Patterson again. He's black, by the way.
Big up Asad Aziz. Yeah, so me in the ghetto, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, Tony, man, you're a crazy white boy, Tony. yeah. Well, y'all. I don't know what accent that was, but whatever the accent, I tried. Let's continue. Let's do some Kill Tony. Let's do some Kill Tony. You see what I did there? You see that? You see my American accent? You see my Atlanta accent? Yo, I don't know where he's from. Atlanta, Boston, Philly. I don't know. Let's continue. Let's do a bit of Kill Tony. Big up the person that told. Who's on it? ELAINE, Adam Ray, Sam Talent, and Mike Feeney. Oof, this is a killer cast, bro. Killer cast. Look at that. ELAINE, who the fuck is that? Is that Adam Ray's new character, ELAINE? Okay, let's go.
What happened to your hand? And I get to tell him, well, when I was your age, my mom told me to do something and I didn't listen. And she smacked the black off me. Listen to your parents. I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. My name's Medina.
Medina, I love it. First time on the.
Go on, Medina. Let's hear it. I want to hear Medina.
$50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize picks.
God damn. Jesus.
It's good to be right. We have another bucket pool. This looks like another new name. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Medina, everybody. We're going to meet Medina all together now.
Hey guys. So you can probably tell by looking at me, my pronouns are USA.
Yeah. Go on,
I
Medina.
usually walk out to Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, just in case. They have my passport back there. I identify as biracial because my dad is black and my mom is African American. But my body is gentrifying itself. Yeah, you know you have vitiligo because it starts with a couple spots, and then pretty soon you don't recognize the neighborhood anymore. It's just not what it used to be.
Go on,
Best
girl.
part about having vitiligo, though, is kids always come up to me and ask me, what happened to your hand? And I get to tell them, well, when I was your age, my mom told me to do something, and I didn't listen. And she smacked the black off me. Listen to your parents. I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. My name's Medina.
Medina. Big up Medina. Big up Medina. We love Medina. Big up Medina. Big up Medina. Big up Medina.
Medina, I love it. First time on the show. Welcome. How long you been doing stand-up?
3 years.
3 years. Where at?
Philly region. I'm from Delaware.
Okay. Represent
Birds.
Philly. Absolutely. Hell yeah. All right. Awesome. And again, I missed it. It was going so fast. What are your parents? What's the mashup here?
Black and black.
Black and black. Okay.
Black and black.
All right. So the burqa kind of comes out of nowhere there.
Yeah, think Malcolm X.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always do.
I love it. What do you do for a living?
I am a state representative.
Oh
I'm an
my
elected
God.
official in Delaware.
Like, where at?
Delaware State House.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How pissed are they going to be that you're on this show?
Go on.
Wild.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
We like
And
Medina.
I just had my birthday and I'm getting divorced.
Whoa.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Big up Medina.
So the relationship, like your skin, was a bit patchy, a little bit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you married to this guy?
12 years.
12 years. Oh my God. Why did it end? Can I ask?
Well, I'll just tell you, a week after we separated, my eyelids started filling in. So, like, my skin turned brown again. So.
That's a good thing. Is that a-
Yeah, it's like stress induced. So.
Okay.
Wait, break
Wow.
that down. So it was like some sort of reverse Sammy Sosa? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it was wider than it started getting
Yeah,
brown.
they were both completely white, and then I looked in the mirror the other day and I was like, I guess getting divorced was the right decision.
Well, it's his loss. Yeah. What's your favorite? What is your favorite? If it could be
My favorite.
Your favorite what? You didn't even finish the question that you're not supposed to be asking, Elaine.
I mean,
Specifically.
I do have favorites.
the favorite. The type is like. Would you prefer it to be brown or not brown?
What the fuck, Elaine?
Are you asking her what her favorite color is?
Think of before you ask a question. Think about what you're asking.
She's from a different time, Tony. Okay.
Look, I used to
Doing
work for
her
Joan
best.
Rivers. We could say the N-word at breakfast. Okay, so
All right.
I'm so sorry. I'm a big fan though.
I mean, my favorite white patches are my eyelids.
Yes.
Because it's better for eyeshadow.
Yes.
You're telling me.
But I miss my brown lip liner that I had, like my built-in lip liner. I do miss that. That's a good question. They're on you, but I think it's a good question.
You are a politician.
I was just going to say, a true politician.
Yeah.
Great question, Elaine.
You don't want to lose your constituents, yeah. The elderly are a big block.
Yeah, trust me, this is a mail-in ballot if I've ever seen one right here.
We call it pussy the ballot box.
Whoa.
Someone just talked themselves out of a titty fuck. Keep up that link.
If I keep losing weight, I can do myself.
How long have you
Prove
been?
it.
Okay, how long have you been a state representative for?
I'm going into my 6th year.
Oh my God! So tell us about that. Tell us what some things that you didn't expect about that job. We've never had a state representative on the show before.
I smell a DEI hire. I smell a DEI hire. Get that money, sis. Get that money. Ka-ching.
This is amazing.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I would say I wish that we had a light. Like, I wish my colleagues only had so much time because they just go on and on.
Yeah.
What else about it? Democrats and Republicans all suck.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Rock and roll.
People think I'm a Republican all the time. They just think I'm a staunch Republican, but it's not that way at all.
No, you're just rich.
Yeah.
It happens, man.
Common sense centrists that just saw in the last election that there was only one option. You're considered a Democrat, though, correct?
Oh, the crowd. See the crowd moan. One option. What?
You have a gun?
Yeah, the crowd moan. Big up NJ. Well,
Is
go on.
some talent 15 or 50? I'm asking for everyone.
That's the eternal question. That is the eternal question. Is he 50 or 50? He looks, you know, he kind of looks like. Now you said that. Does he look like the kid in Stranger Things? The kid that had the no teeth in the beginning. This is the kid from Stranger Things, doesn't he? A little bit Santana. He's got that thing about him, and that kid also looks like he could be 15 or 50. Yeah, big up NJ.
Correct.
Yeah, but I'm like very far left.
Right. I could tell by the everything. But you have an amazing sense of humor. This is incredible that you would come to this show and do it. So you're taking stand-up very seriously.
I took the Greyhound bus.
Whoa! You did? Wow. Was it totally gray or was it kind of
blue? It was blue.
Tell us about the Greyhound bus.
7:25 a.m. Got on the Greyhound in Fort Worth and stopped in
Hey, Fort Worth. That's Brendan's favorite place.
Some random town, Hillsborough or something.
Okay. Was there a Buc-ee's there at least?
No, there was a Love's.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we love
That's gonna
Buc-ee's
tear
around
this room
here.
apart.
I love it too.
Love it.
Eddie,
go ahead, Elaine.
I just went the bus. I've taken the bus many a times. I've been felt up many a times. I've been fingered. I've been. Last time I took the bus from Austin to San Antonio, I was fingered by the bus driver while he was driving. I'll send you a link. But it was. But there's something to be said about the people on the bus. There's so many different flavors and characters.
Yes.
Did you see anyone that made you go, "Oh, I'm gonna write a joke about them"? You know.
Yeah. But I'm a politician, so I probably should say that.
You're also on a fucking show.
And don't get her started on the wheels.
I mean, the bus driver, I loved hearing her takes on the world. She's really loud. And she was talking about how, like, he talks about freedom of speech, but apparently not for everybody. And like, she was going in, and I was like, this is the America I love, right? Like, you can have voted for Trump and not agree with everything, just like you can be a Democrat and not suck. Like,
exactly.
We exist in multiplicity.
Absolutely, we all do. We're all meeting in the middle. We are indeed the United
Medina,
States of America, the greatest country in the world.
I wish I could
relax. UK all the way, bro. UK all the way. Maybe Angola too.
vote. That fucking gun thing's caught up to me. I'd love to give you one vote.
I won in 2020. I won a primary by 43 votes. So
What?
every vote counts.
Wow.
We all know what a primary is, too.
What does that mean exactly,
Sorry.
Sam? I don't get it.
I was being facetious. Please, explain.
No, we know what a primary is.
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't.
What the fuck? What's going on with you?
I've been eating a lot of raspberries. I don't vote.
Well, then surely.
I don't like the tyranny of democracy. I believe in freedom.
Wow, great. I would love to live in your country, Sam.
You do. It's the best one.
What? Okay.
Where else can all of us hang out? We got fucking these guys over there, you know. Mike Sleeveless. We got a blind black guy. That's worth two. I mean, there's a lot of progress being made up here. Is that fair to say, ma'am?
Let's get back to the guests here. So, when you were campaigning, was there any, like, did you have any big moments where, like, you knew you were gonna win, or like a big, or like some type of, like, you know, just a big catchphrase or something that, like, got you victory? You know, like Biden, for example, lost because he was dead, right? And he couldn't do anything. He couldn't speak in public. So we know why he lost. Trump got shot at.
I knew
swung it, came up with blood, fucking pumped his fist. People are like, oh shit.
Like he won.
Yeah. So like,
Wrap it
did you
up.
have any moments like, you know, remember the great Howard Dean who kind of was like the front runner and then he went crazy going, wow, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Tell us about your campaign. You have any tricks, catchphrases, anything going up against something?
Yeah, I mean, it's really corny now.
Yeah, let's
5
do
years
it.
Later,
Let's
but
hear
it
it,
was, let's make a difference together.
Wow. Unbelievable. Delaware.
Yeah, earth-shattering. Yeah.
They weren't ready.
I mean, we won. It was close, but.
Does anybody ever think you work in the Bed Bath & Beyond part of Target?
Did you ever use your Vitiligo? Am I saying that right? Vitiligo?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo?
Yeah.
Vitiligo. Vitiligo? Vitiligo. Vitiligo? Vitiligo.
Free
Sky
Vitiligo.
Rizzi.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
You ever use that to your advantage while campaigning? Like, I bring everyone together. Look, I'm this and I'm that. No? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there a yarmulke under that?
Samuel.
He said yarmulke, get it? Because she's Muslim and you get religion, drug, yarmulke. Oh, right.
Samuel.
You know, that's reaching across the aisle.
Samuel. Is there?
No.
No, okay.
No.
I love it. Anything else crazy we should know about you, Medina? Any other?
I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Adam Ray. You know, he's not funny enough by himself, so he has to create these characters that he does that then get more jokes than himself. You know, it's kind of must be a weird place to be in. You have to play these characters that people love more than your actual own Adam Ray comedy. But I guess he probably doesn't care. You know, any attention is good attention, but it kind of bummed me out. You know, people only care about me when I play dress up.
Sometimes I have Stevie Wonder braids with beads under here, since you were wondering.
Stevie
I was
Wonder
wondering.
braids.
Yeah, like just imagine like Hotter Than July, like the album
Okay.
cover.
D Madness has Stevie
Might be
Wonder
too
eyes.
black a reference.
Much different than the hairstyle.
I'm actually in a Hootie and the Blowfish cover band called Stevie Wonder's Eyes.
Oh, you just knocked a Red Bull on your pussy.
Well, looks like it's time to squirt. Another one of my catchphrases. Thank you, Michael.
Not the
You
first
can
time.
see me the Tropicana next Thursday and Friday.
Oh, perfect. I think your pussy has wings now. So the Red Bull can landed.
It was already.
Does Tony want to fuck? Is Tony kind of turned on by this a little bit? He's holding attention. Look, his ears have got a boner. His ears are like flicking out, innit? His ears have got a boner, innit? Like, Tony's liking this. Tony likes what he sees with Adam Ray, innit? Playing dress up, right? Adam, he kind of likes it, innit? I think Tony, he kind of likes this. Look at his face. I love Kill Tony so much.
It was already red.
A Red Bull can on your pussy, Elaine.
Don't you make my pussy mustache fall off.
Elaine, I didn't hear it hit the floor, though.
It's true. It swallowed it up. It drank it. It
Hit me with a Stargate suction cup sound.
Here we go.
Wait. Here, I'll
All
drop
right,
it
good
again.
job, Red Band.
You're fired, Red Band.
Could have hit any button in the world, and you made a noise with your mouth.
You ready? I'll drop it and then do it. Ready, Red Band? Ready?
Yeah, here you go, Red
1,
Band.
2, 3.
Perfect. Red Band.
How dare you? My son is watching this.
It does need to be highlighted though, isn't it? How is he so bad at his job when all he has to do is press buttons that correspond with the joke? Did he just doze off? All he has to do is press buttons that correspond or that slightly relate to the joke. Just to kind of punch it up a little bit, right? Just to punch those jokes up a little bit. Why is he so bad at it? I know Tony kind of bullies him a little bit, easy target. But why does he always get it wrong? Why does he always fuck? It's like, it's interesting. It reminds me of how he was on Joe Rogan. Remember, that's why he got fired from JRE, right? That's why he got fired from the JRE. Just would fuck up things like on the regular. Just interesting. You have one job. You have a soundboard. Press corresponding buttons. It's not that difficult.
Medina, I love your style. Congratulations. Amazing stuff. And a state representative.
Big up Medina. Big up Medina.
Got it. The
Big up Medina, man.
of Medina.
Big up, sis. Big up,
we
sis.
are on a streak with this bucket of one of my favorite coincidences in the world, and that is one-word names. Let me remind you, we've had Wilson.
I like her, man. I like her. I like her. Big up Medina. Big up Medina. Big up Medina. Big up Blood Clot Medina. Big up Medina. Cool. Let's move on. Let's move on. Joe Budden controversy. Joe Budden controversy. Joe Budden co-host QUEENZFLIP's and Mark Lamont Hill almost fight after things get super heated on the show via the Joe Budden Patreon episode. The Patreon, the most heated moment of the show ever. This is pretty crazy. A pretty crazy clash of titans. Listen to this beef. Listen to this spat. Listen to this argument. And then I'll give you my point of view on the other side.
Oh, okay, thank you. Because I don't want people, because people will hear that and think I do that. Well, I don't know if you do it. But
let me look.
You have a gun?
Yo, big up NJ Ranger.
Red Band equals Dave. I tell this MF to do his damn job.
Exactly. Oh, he's fucking useless, man. He's fucking useless. Utterly useless. But yeah, let's continue. Big up NJ. Big up NJ. The show used to be so good back in the day. Used to be so good because they'd have a little mixture of like their little friendship conversations. Then they would cover topics. They'd all come from very different points of view, different walks of life. But they'll debate them in like a barbershop way, passionately, strong. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you'd enjoy it. You'd come of sometimes 3-hour shows would go by in a flash. Now, because I guess, I don't know, talking about stuff that's happening in culture is boring or is long or requires work and research, they'd rather do these like kind of like reality TV show games where like background or behind the scenes, friction is kind of made as content for us to watch, which is a kind of a COE type of thing, right? Content over everything. But it's kind of sad where it's fallen. But it's kind of reminded me a little bit of No Jumper. So maybe we're going to get to a point where the JBP, the Joe Budden podcast, will end up being the East Coast No Jumper, you know? Because maybe Joe's realized topics that involve talking about music, culture stuff don't really get enough traction as, oh my God, Mark Lamont Hill and QUEENZFLIP had a fight. Here it is because I recorded it. Monetize. It's like, what are you doing, man? I'm sorry, but I don't know if QUEENZFLIP didn't hear that. I don't know if QUEENZFLIP didn't comprehend that. But somebody saying that to me is fighting words. I might have to lunge across the room like when fucking ASAP Rocky got found not guilty and he lunged across the fucking courtroom to hug fucking Rihanna. Like, I might have to lunge at you that way, but in an aggressive way, and not a fucking enamored way. Because what? That you're trying to use tricky words. He said, I'm not using tricky words. Tricky words sound tricky to you. Excuse me? Wow. That is such a fucked up thing to say to somebody that's meant to be your colleague live on air as well. I don't know. I'm fighting you, bro. You say, I don't say tricky. By the way, I've noticed something about Mark Lamont Hill as well. As much as I like him, and he's been probably one of the best hires recently on the JBP post Rory and Moore, I've noticed that Mark Lamont Hill, I think he has a bit of a superiority complex, or he definitely has this thing where he wants to be the smartest person in the room, or maybe he has this thing where because he's a quote unquote learned, studied man, when he comes across somebody like a QUEENZFLIP, he doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't say respect, but there is something about him where he doesn't really give them the same level of respect. Maybe respect is the right word when it comes to the way he talks to him. Because this has been brewing for a while behind the scenes. They've been sniping at each other, QUEENZFLIP and Mark Lamont Hill. And most of it obviously comes from QUEENZFLIP, I think, because he's clearly insecure because Mark Lamont Hill is smarter than him and he speaks well and better than him. But it doesn't mean because you're not you know, you didn't complete all levels of traditional education, that you can't hold a conversation, that you can't make a coherent point, you know, that you shouldn't be treated with respect. It's not that point. So I think QUEENZFLIP needs to get over his insecurities. But I've noticed Mark Lamont Hill's a little bit of a bully in the way that he speaks to QUEENZFLIP sometimes, with how he would use, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like it, because as somebody that, you know, I don't know, I just think if you're smart, I just think if you're smart and you're intelligent, you don't try and make people feel less than. If anything, if you're a smart, intelligent person, you try and lift up that person. You try and put your arm around that person. You know what I mean? You try and encourage that person. You try and make them see the value in what they're saying. You know what I mean? You try and prop them up. You don't try and put them down, really and truly, if you're really smart. But what do I know? So QUEENZFLIP is kind of complaining. You know, if you read between the lines, it feels like QUEENZFLIP is complaining that Mark Lamont Hill is showing him up because he comes to the show with research. He maybe has done some light reading on the topics they're going to talk about. He might come to the show with some talking points he wants to address. He might be there for the fucking pre-production meeting, you know? And because that's not a good thing. I know it's weird. Usually it's happened to me only in retail. You know, when you worked in retail or you worked like a menial service job, and then, I don't know, somebody starts that's very hardworking. It can sometimes make the rest of you look bad, because then maybe the manager starts to favor that person, starts to use that person as an example, make you look guys look worse, But you shouldn't really have the reaction that this person's a bozo. It should annoy you, don't get me wrong, because you've been used to being lazy, but you shouldn't then complain about it. You know, that sounds a bit odd, because really and truly that person's just doing their job, which you should be doing. You know, really, like, you're complaining about somebody doing their job and trying to do it as best as possible in order to make the show good, in order to make the show great. You know, it's like in order to fucking entertain the fans and stuff. It's like, why is that a bad thing? No, you can't get offended by the sucker thing and then try and do the like, I don't know, man. Mark Lamont Hill's confusing. He's confusing, isn't it? I guess maybe it's the space he's in, the arena. He tries to do the intellectual thing, the highbrow thing, the learned thing, the well-read thing, the newsman thing, but then he also wants to do this. It's confusing to me. It's confusing. It's confusing. Just tranquilo, bro. It's not that deep. You know what he was trying to say? He didn't call him a sucker. I know what he said is whatever, but he wasn't calling you a sucker. Let's be real. And also, like, chill the fuck out. But again, this has been brewing for a while, and you know, there's a manager and owner, by the way, sitting right there to the left hand side. The owner of this whole company, of this whole channel, of this whole podcast, is that he could put an end to this. He could turn off the cameras. He could kind of try and simmer the mood down, but he's not. He's just sitting there letting it play out, letting two of his, I won't say most important, but two, you know, important parts of the show just bicker, and probably come to blows. It's probably come close to blows. He's just sitting there, not interjecting, not trying to stop it, not trying to calm people down, nothing. I think Joe Budden might be a worse boss than Adam 22. Big up Mona in the background.
That we take disrespectful before the
By the way, notice as well how different everyone is. If this was Imani, I think QUEENZFLIP gets up and fights. If this is fucking, I don't know, name a person. I can't think of somebody else. It's just funny the hesitancy that QUEENZFLIP has to like just punch Mark in the face. It's just interesting, isn't it? Like how people pick and choose. Because this is somebody else, he would have been talking mad crazy. He would have doubled down. Suck your mom, you know, whatever people say in America. What are people saying? What's that thing? What's that word in New York that guys say to trigger people? You say if you really want to hurt their feelings and you really want to like make it known that you want to fight now. What's that phrase? It's not suck your mum. Is it what does they say? Suck my dick. That's it. Suck my dick. SMD. That's what New York people say, right? New York. If you say suck my dick, that's like the ultimate fucking sin. So I think if this was anybody else except Mark Lamont Hill, who maybe QUEENZFLIP is unsure about, he's not too sure if he can fight or not, but he doesn't want to risk it. If this is anybody else, QUEENZFLIP would have said suck my dick by now.
I take disrespectful. Nigga, I'm not gonna talk about it on air because I'm not you.
I'm afraid.
So at the end of the day, I'm not you. This is
Big up Mona. I'm afraid.
what you do, and then I'm gonna leave the shit alone.
No, fuck that.
Now Joe wants to come in. Now Joe wants to come in. Now Joe wants to come in. And also, Mark Lamont Hill is screaming too much. I don't think he can fight. Mark Lamont Hill is screaming and shouting too much. If you really feel that disrespected, you want to fight, just go outside and fight. But it's working though, because it's scared. It shook up. It shook up Thingamajiggy, QUEENZFLIP. He's a bit nervous, but he's screaming a little bit too much. His voice is crackling and breaking too much for me. I don't think he can fight. I think he's a bit scared as well. But he's out scared. He's out fucking barked at fucking QUEENZFLIP. Look at his face. This is so funny. These guys are like 50 years old, isn't it? These guys are like 50 or something, right? These guys are like 50 years old or something. Just have some class, man. Have some decorum. Have some, I don't know, manners. Have something. Like, what is this? This is so unbecoming. This is like an episode of Baddies. Do you remember Baddies? This is like fucking podcast Baddies, bro. This is worse than No Jumper. Like, what is this? These guys are way too grown to be doing this. Is so losery. Big up, son.
Word Tom Amoda you heard. It's Matt Breakouchia yo. Word 2. I'm Matt tight right now. Word Tom dead yo.
You heard? You heard? Yo, free Max B. Max B soon home. Max B soon home. Max B soon home. Next month. Free Max B. Max B soon home. Free the wave. Long live the wave. Max B. Max Biggerville. Oh, big up as others is. What are you doing, Mark Lamont Hill, man? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, whole bunch of nonsense, whole bunch of bullshit. But the funny thing is this. This is the reason why the beef started. Do you want to know why it started? Do you know why? Do you want to know why these guys were arguing like this? Do you want to know why they nearly came to blows? This is why. This is why these guys nearly came to blows. Look at this. That's why they started beefing, bro. That's partly why they started beefing. Because Joe Budden thought it was appropriate to bring up a conversation that he had with Mark Lamont Hill in private, where Mark Lamont Hill said to him, hey, I want to be compensated more. I'm willing to do whatever needs to be done to get to that level. So what can I do to help the show so I can get more money? And Joe, like a real true piece of shit that he is, instead of negotiating and working out something with Mark Lamont Hill, he thought, fuck that. Let me say this in public so that it sows seeds of discontent around everybody. It makes them all divided so they don't get together and maybe, I don't know, unionize, whatever, so get the fucking money that they deserve. Instead of negotiating and fixing that guy's salary or giving him promotion, whatever it may be, he just put it out there on purpose. Like, he threw a little grenade bomb. Oh, by the way, he said that you guys don't, you should, whatever you're not getting, I'm happy to get. Like, what? You hear what he, by the way, I don't know what's right. I don't know if what Joe said is right or what Mark Lamont Hill said was right, but notice how they were very, very different. What Mark Lamont Hill said he said was very different than what Joe said Mark Lamont Hill said. But they both had a very self-serving interest. Joe's way of interpreting it or retelling the story made it sound like Mark Lamont Hill was denigrating or downplaying or maybe making light of their contribution, right? But what Mark Lamont Hill was trying to say was to get everybody's salaries up. Like, hey, what can we do to make the shows better? Joe Budden's Adam 22 level when it comes to being a bad boss, when it comes to being a horrendous boss. Instead of like having these conversations behind closed doors in private, they're having all these debates and conversations and arguments about money and pay, not only in front of cameras, but in a group setting. Poor show. And that's why they're getting so hot and bothered. But don't miss it. Don't miss this key part. Don't miss this key part. The main reason why we're here, the main reason I feel like why we're here is because of that fucking article in the New York Times. Joe's ego Joe's pride, Joe's narcissism of having to declare how much money he was making anyway and brag and boast about it. And I partly think, watching JBP for a long time, I partly think Joe, for whatever reason, I don't know why it is, it's very strange, but I think Joe still has an insecurity that he's a podcaster. Because deep down, Joe knows he's a really top level, high level lyricist in terms of rapping ability, but he was never able to connect the two. He was never able to take his lyricism, his ability to rap, and become like a well-rounded, popular, great artist. He was never able to do that, which is why he's podcasting, right? He's never able to kind of hit those heights. And maybe also fell out of love with the music industry and but in general, he's talented at making music. He's talented at rapping, not making music. So he hasn't been able to connect that. So I think he still has an insecurity that he's not, you know, he had to go to podcasting to become rich and famous. You know, he couldn't be rich and famous and make it by just rapping. So in order to prove to people that he's that guy, that's why he purposely leaked the numbers. Because don't mistake it. Don't confuse it. I think he purposely leaked the Patreon numbers. When he posted that screenshot, I think he purposely posted a screenshot in a way that people would guess or estimate how much money they make on Patreon. He purposely did that article, or, you know, that press with New York Times, which is a really good article, don't get me wrong, but that was also another reminder to show and prove to everybody that, hey, look, I'm doing good. I'm not down bad. I know I didn't make it in music, but I'm still doing good. I'm doing better than your favorite fucking rapper. But now that willingness or that need to prove to people that you're doing good, that you're making money, has now, I think, had ramifications that we're still feeling to this day. And that article came out when? A few months ago? I think the article came out in the New York Times a few months ago. And we're still feeling the after effects of that now. It's never been the same. It's never been the same when in that studio from when the day those guys found out that Joe allegedly makes 20 million from fucking Patreon or something. It's never been the same. Or however much it is. Is it 200? No, I think it's 200,000. I think it's 200,000, right? Was it 200,000? Let me see if I can find a screenshot. But it's never been the same. Joe Budden, Patreon. Patreon screenshot. Numbers, yeah. Let's see, images. Yeah, so there we have it, see? So this one here. When this was leaked, when Joe Budden purposely leaked this, I don't think the podcast has ever been the same. They've never been able to recover from this. He posted this, and you can clearly see underneath here the numbers. You can clearly see how much money they make there. What's that? I think that's 831, right? I think it says there. So it's nearly 900 grand a month, sorry, made from Patreon. Nearly 900,000 a month made for Patreon there. I think it says 93114. 931. It's never been the same. And that's a problem. He probably pays them well, because I think in that New York Times article it says something like they get paid like, I think 100 grand or something, the people that work there, I think each or something. But when you're allegedly getting 20 mil or something, or whatever much you're getting, it's gonna have issues. You're gonna have fucking issues. You're gonna have fucking issues. So here we are. Here we blood clot are. Cool. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's do a little bit of T-Fat-K sub. Let's see what's on T-Fat-K sub. Oh no, let's actually do Schaub show. Let's do Schaub. Oh no, let's do Unique. Let's do Unique. Big up Unique. Unique has got a chin up there actually. Let's do Unique. Big up Unique. Unique jacked this from their Patreon. After Hours, which is, look at the After Hours guys, man. Look at them, funny dudes. This episode of the After Hours was a members only episode, and the title I'm pretty sure was like Chin Health Update. So I think those guys, Nick, all those dudes are watching detractor content, or they're keeping an eye on the Reddit, and they're seeing that people are interested in Chin's health updates because he's clearly dying, right? Like something's happening to him. All of those years of alcohol abuse or alcohol in general and eating non-stop Korean barbecue are now, you know, are now coming to roost, and his body's legitimately breaking down on him. So yeah, his own friends are exploiting him. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? Chin's own friends are exploiting him for fucking memberships. Lovely. By the way, in case you don't forget, we're trying to hit 500 members on here myself. So if you want to join and become a member and get access to member only streams and be able to chat during member only streams, make sure you click the link in the description or give the membership to one of your fellow friends. You know, it's not that difficult. Get involved. Get involved. Let's play.
Give us the rest of the info, because I didn't catch it all. Give us the rest of the info.
Dude, there's a lot of shit going on with me. They're still doing tests, but there's, not to worry anyone, but there's internal bleeding. So
why would before I continue, why would we be worried? It's your life, bro. You're nearly 50 years old. Like, look after yourself. Like, there's nothing to do with us. Like, we don't give a fuck. It doesn't really bother us either way. You should be worried about yourself. You should be worried about your family. You should be worried about your friends. You should be worried. You should be worried. Don't worry, guys. We're not. You should be worried, though.
some blood vessels burst in my stomach.
Yeah.
Kidney has some issues. My spleen is enlarged. There's a lot of shit going on.
Jesus Christ. How much has he been drinking? Hold on. By the way, rewind it. You want to tell me that Bert Kreischer has a perfect bill of health? If Chin has all of this happening to him, you're trying to tell me that Bert Kreischer somehow always, when he goes to doctors, everything's fine. I don't believe it. Because Chin is like, I don't know. Bert is like 5 times the size of Chin, and allegedly Bert doesn't have these health issues. Fucking hell. How much was Chin drink? Do you think it's a kratom though? What causes, is that internal bleeding? Is that from beer? That can't just be from beer, right? Is that a mixture of kratom and, I don't know, soy sauce and tempura and like dim sum? I don't know. What the fuck does that to your belly? God damn it, Chin.
And what did they say? That's
sincerely wishing you the best, Chin. How's the liver? Did they mention the liver?
Oh yeah, they did.
And what they say there?
I'm good.
So liver, spleen, kidney. This leads me to my next question.
All of his internal organs. Holy shit. So hold on. So his drinking must have been really bad, innit? We never noticed. So the whole entire time he was working at T-Fat-K, he was a complete alcoholic, innit? Because surely this has to be sustained drinking. All those times he was working at T-Fat-K in the studio by himself, he would just be drinking. It can't just be the food, innit? It can't just be the food, no? What do you guys say? Chick, look at Mr. Miyagi. Big up Chris Mack. If it's his stomach and spleen and kidney are being affected, then probably means his liver is right. Yeah, he just said that, by the way. Big up Chris Mack. Exactly, he just said that. His liver's been fucked up too. It's just a little internal bleeding. Big up Asadazi. It's just a little internal bleeding and organ failure. Just keep drinking. It's like eating gas station food chain. You'll be alright. It has to be that, innit? Do you know when you go to college, right? I think some of you guys are the same. Do you guys feel like you don't eat this? Like, I know I don't. Do you guys feel like you don't eat the same way you used to eat in college? And if you try and eat those same things, it doesn't sit right with you. Like, I don't know, like even like ramen and shit, instant ramen, you know, it doesn't really sit with me, or ramen noodles doesn't really sit with me the way it used to sit with me back in the day. You know, I could eat that every day and be fine. So I wonder if like it's an age thing as well. He's like nearly 50, but he's eating like a college kid. You know, his body can't handle it. Plus he's drinking a bunch. Plus, I wonder as well, this is a weird thing to say, correlation. But I wonder if it's also a part of life as well. Like his life isn't that great. He doesn't seem to have a lot of, like, for lack of a better term, love in his life. You know, he might be a little bit lost when it comes to his career. Maybe he's feeling a little bit, you know, disillusioned when it comes to T-Fat-K and what he wants to do long term, family, you know? I wonder if that's also playing tricks on him in his body and shit. Because that's all linked, isn't it? Right? It's all going to be linked. But God, I want to take the piss, but I feel bad for him. I'm not going to lie, man. I really want to take the piss, but I really feel bad for him. Because to get to this place, like, he must have been putting his body through some shit. he must have been putting his body through some shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad for Chin. I really do. I know he did it to himself. I get it, but god damn it, Chin.
Question: Have you tapered at all on?
Absolutely, but I've been tapering since moving here.
Good. Yeah, I feel like you could just get grilled all the time, and
Yo, big up to Josie. Exactly. To be in his 50s and organ swelling, he had to be drinking heavy every decade for the decades. Yeah, we never noticed. I think the drinking thing from Chin, I swear it's only been a recent thing for you guys. Most of us didn't. I don't think we noticed how much he used to drink until you mentioned it on the pod himself, because he's a bit of an oversharer. I think he thinks it makes him look cool and kooky, but if anything, it just makes him look like a loser. But I think he's the one that shared on TFATK about how much he actually drinks, and if people started to notice. So all those years prior, when Cat was there and BGL was there, he was necking them back. Maybe, you know what, weirdly enough, maybe if he moved to Texas, saved his life, bro. People in the stream chat. Maybe Brendan moving TFATK to Texas might have saved his life. Because if they were still in that LA office and he was still hanging around with these guys after work, ordering shit, watching the game, drinking a bunch, he might be dead. Legit. Like, let's not even play games. He's got organ failure, bro. His liver, spleen, what's that? Like, fucking hell. This move to Texas might have unironically saved his life.
with like a joking angle, not that we are right now, but in a joking angle, like the TFATK guys, they're like kind of making fun of you.
They're making it content
indirectly, and I'm like,
I don't care about those.
No, like we want the best for you. We're like genuinely.
I don't care about those guys. Whoa, what was that about, huh? I don't care about. He didn't mean the Reddit. I think he meant Brendan and Bryan. Brendan and Bryan. I don't care about those guys.
TFATK guys, they're like kind of making fun of you.
They're making it content
indirectly, and I'm like,
I don't care about those.
No.
You guys are making it content too, by the way. You both the same.
But like, we want the best for you. We're like genuinely, wondering if you're.
We want the best for you. Let's also put this behind the paywall. We want the best for you, but let's also put this behind the paywall and title it "Chin Health Update."
Tapering for your health, you know, not because we're like making fun of you and stuff.
You think I give a dude? If anything, I would want to do more when they do that shit, but no.
Yeah. No, but
what? Chin, don't say that, brother. Don't say that. Don't say that aloud. You're too old for this, bro. You're too gross. So, if they were taking the piss out of me, I would have. If I cared, I would do it more to piss them off. That you were drinking more. If anything, I feel like Bryan is actually concerned. Brendan, I think, doesn't really give a shit. He's a bit of a psychopath anyway. He barely cares about his own family. But I think Bryan actually is concerned. He's the one that's actually telling Chin, hey, get back to doing music. Do stuff that you're passionate about. Get out more. Have you got a girlfriend? Stop drinking. I mean, maybe calm down with the drinking. I think Bryan's actually concerned. He's actually worried. He's actually worried. She's like, well, if I care, I'll actually do it more.
But did the doctors say it was like this? These issues are health related, or are they drinking related, or just something else?
Do you really have to ask that, bro? Do you really have to ask that? Why the tip to like? These are not your. This is why I think it's important, and people in the stream chat, you guys will adhere to this. You guys will. Yo, big up NJ Ranger.
Pickling my internal organs to own the libs take.
Exactly. Pickling, oh my god, that's crazy. Pickling my internal. I like what he did there. I like the Asian. I like the little Asian connection. You know, those niggas love pickled shit, fermented shit. I saw you did there. Fucking hell, pickling my organs. You know what? I'm talking about organs, bro. Maybe because I'm getting to the stage in my life where I can't handle drinking beer that much. Like even just this one glass I had, I'm like fucking. It has a reflux all over the place. But I can't understand how you get to that point of like having internal bleeding and organ failure. Because before that, you probably have a lot of like really terrible shits. Your stomach aches. You might have pain in your abdomen and shit. Ribs. Acid reflux. You have loads of little indicators that tell you, hey, maybe today drink a glass of water. You know? Maybe today have some orange juice. You know? You have all these, your body gives you these little warnings. So for Chin to just keep plowing through, that's pure alcoholism, isn't it? That is pure alcoholism, because I can't imagine plowing through that. Wake up in the morning having one of those shitty like morning shits, you know, after you've had a session and you have those horrible shits. It stinks and stuff and you're just and he just keeps plowing through. God damn, bro. Korean barbecue must be really tasty, because this motherfucker's nearly gonna die off a Korean barbecue.
As well. But
I wonder, actually, just to get interrupted again, I wonder if it's Kratom.
Powerful bunch.
His name Chin Suyi, but when the paramedics find his body, he's white.
Yeah, that's probably why. That's also probably why. Big up the. That's probably also why he looks so pale these days. He's actually generally sick. His organs are failing on him. You know.
You have a gun?
My God, that's hilarious. Big up Abe Martinez.
Grim Reaper is coming, gay knocking at Chin's door.
100%, 100%, 100,000,000%, bro. I can't lie. I feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie. I actually want to. I was thinking when I spec'd out the segment, I was gonna rip on him a bit more. But hearing him speak about it, I feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie. I feel really fucking bad for him, man. He's so lost. He's so all over the place. Like, what an absolute tragedy, man.
I mean, just doing the math, obviously it's the alcohol, because I've been drinking alcohol for like, I don't know, 20 plus years. Like I would take maybe a few days off here and there, but
yeah,
I've been an avid drinker for like forever.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's also the kratom, by the way. I'm sure kratom does kratom stuff all the time, because he was heavy in kratom. I'm sure that stuff doesn't help with your gut, with your digestive system, you know? I'm sure kratom isn't the best. I wonder if the combination of that is not helping. But again, let's just be real. His diet is horrendous, man. Chin is really one of the classic examples. You know when they say about people, oh, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy? Chin's a perfect example of it. Like, just because he looks the way he does doesn't mean he's healthy at all, bro. Because God almighty, Chin.
Obviously, there's damage there.
Chin, how do you feel?
I do think that stuff can get really better fast, though, if you like.
Yeah. So they're saying that where I'm at, it's not great, but it's also like I can get to a point where it's good.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And how do you feel, like, just day to day? Like, how do you feel?
I get the feeling he's kind of depressed because he can't drink anymore. I get the feeling he's also a bit down in the dumps, because a large part of his identity is like going out for drinks and having dinner with drinks and shit. I feel like that's probably why he's also looks a little bit depressed lately. You know, he looks a little bit mopey. I wonder if it's because of that. Like, he's more pissed off that he has to stop drinking now, because if he doesn't, he might actually die. Wild place to be at, isn't it? He's not looking forward to the future and optimistic about how things are going to change. He's actually a bit gutted that he can't drink.
I feel fine. It's just the bloating that just happened within the last 4 or 5 months. That's the thing that bothers me, but I feel fine.
And the bloating is what like kind of prompted you to go to the doctor and stuff?
Yeah. So even though there's all these different issues going on, they're saying that, like, yeah, it's your liver is responsible for all these, most likely responsible for all these things, but they're still doing more tests to find out exactly what's happening.
Could you imagine the medical bills? There's no way they have health insurance. There's no way Thick Boy have health insurance. I won't believe that. There's no way they have health insurance. Could you imagine the bills? And on his salary, which is probably not a lot either, because we can assume Brendan doesn't pay well. Could you imagine? Holy shit, Chin. What have you done to yourself, man?
Do they ask you questions about your drinking?
Of course, yeah. That's how we got to this point.
And you're honest with them? You're like,
totally honest, yeah.
I would, I'm a huge advocate
Extra doubt. He seems very cagey. I don't think he's honest at all. He seems very cagey about it all.
for juicing. Yeah, like in the midst of you weaning down the drinking, eventually, I know you can't do it.
These are the worst type of people, by the way. Like, don't give me your unsolicited advice, bro. Like, just shut the fuck up. Just encourage me to continue going to the doctors and seeking help and whatever else it may be, and just offer your assistance. Hey, I'm here if you need me for anything. Let me know. We know we got your back. Da, 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 da. Don't offer your alternative health recommendation. Oh yeah, you should do a juice cleanse actually. Like what? Shut up. Like, brother, he's got organ failure. This isn't, he doesn't have a headache, you know? It's like he woke up one day and has a bit of a headache, or he had a rough night. He has organ failure. Oh yeah, just do a juice cleanse. Just drink a couple of, just have a fucking kale shake. You'll be fine. It's like, what?
Like cold turkey right away. I'm an advocate for doing juicing, like, and do some research on TikTok or YouTube or whatever you use.
Do some research on TikTok. Organ failure, liver failure. TikTok, like what? Oh, he's got the worst friends, man. Fucking hell.
Wherever you go get your social platforms, stuff for your liver.
Should we go? If we hang out this week, let's figure out and go start a date and go on a juice cleanse,
dude. And it feels
That's
good.
Better.
Like you do it, you know, you feel good.
We did
I might like a juice cleanse.
like
Dude, it's nice.
Like 6 months ago, we did 48-hour fast, and
I didn't want to get to that place. I didn't want to get to that place. But I think Big Booth might have a point here. It's already too late, isn't it? Let's be real, guys. It's already too late for him, isn't it? Let's be real. He just has to manage whatever happens now. He just to manage whatever health he's in now. But there's no reversing this, really, if you think about it, no? That would require like extraordinary levels of like willpower and determination, and like he has completely changed his life. Completely. Can he do that? It's done, isn't it? Like whatever's done now, he just to manage and make the best of what time he has, you know, now, and just manage whatever he has now and just make it work for himself. But reversing these effects is all but impossible, I'd imagine, no? Has to be like a radical lifestyle change. I don't think he's there yet. He's probably still drinking now, for goodness sake. He just drinks less. He's probably still drinking now.
Ashley broke, but I was like,
we're just talking about how hot Brad Pitt is and doing juice cleanses. What can't you get on board with there?
Jesus Christ, big up PP Yummy. Chin's gonna start juicing oysters. It's true. Big up NJ Ranger, cold plunge plus half. Multi dagger stand, exactly. Positive hobbies is a good advice. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think Chin's in a weird place right now. The lovers bounce back as well. He just has to make the right adjustments. But I witnessed it firsthand. I rather end it than go through what my dad went through. Really? God damn it. RIP to your dad, Big Booth. I'd rather end it than go through my dad went through. Fucking hell. Brendan Muller, he's also lying to his doctors. Of course, 100%, 1,000,000%. He's not even telling these guys the truth. He's probably not even being honest with himself. Forget these guys and the doctors. He's probably not being honest with himself with just how bad the drinking was or got. I don't think he's being really, really honest.
Yeah, this is right up Kev's alley.
Sorry.
What?
You were saying you and Ash did.
She bailed on the 48-hour fast a little early, but like I didn't, and like I felt great.
Oh, that's your wheelhouse.
I don't know about a whole cleanse, like multiple days. I'm talking like just do like you fast in the morning usually. I like doing it like that, like throw a little juice in the morning, let your body like get all the stuff from yesterday out. Maybe like 1 day juice cleanse. I've seen people do like 5-day juice cleanses.
Yeah, I think
that's too crazy.
I'm also not liking, as dumb as this idea is, I'm not liking the fact that Chin isn't interrupting and saying, "Don't worry, guys. I've made some adjustments. I've consulted my physician. I've consulted a nutritionist, whatever." Right? Like, I'm also not liking the fact that he's not interrupting them and saying, "No, don't worry, guys. I'm already doing something similar. I've already thought about it." So I mean, Like, this sounds like an idea that he didn't think about. He didn't want to sit there and think, oh, maybe I should try and help myself, but maybe, you know, a little bit should lie. Oh. Sorry, a hair got caught in my mouth. Oh shit. Sorry, a hair got caught in my mouth. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? Sorry. Whoopsie.
1 day not extreme enough. 5 day a lot. I'll do
I like a
72.
three.
I'll do
72
70.
How many is that?
Yeah.
3?
Get out of my butt, twin.
Get out of my butt, twin. Jeez.
But anyway, Chin, juice.
We're all gonna juice cleanse.
Yeah.
But ask your doctor first. They'll probably say no because fucking doctors hate anything that can fix you at home.
I'm pretty sure this is perfectly fine. They're more concentrated. They're more like concerned about salt.
Oh yeah, you have.
Well, you hate
yeah,
salt,
you love
so it's
salt.
perfect. No, he hates
Not
it.
salt, so that's perfect. So I love salt, but I never eat.
Whoever said who said that in chat? Someone said about him lying. Just this bit alone tells me he's not being honest even with his doctors. Who said it? Someone said it. Yeah, big up Big Booth. He's definitely not being honest with his doctors. What the fuck was that about? Oh, the issue you're talking about is salt. Someone in the back. Oh yeah, you love salt, don't you? No, I hate salt. No, actually, I love salt. We know you got a problem with salt. That's why he buys like low sodium things, right? He's definitely got an issue with salt. That was such a bizarre, weird thing there.
Salt.
Oh yeah, you have.
Well, you hate
yeah,
salt,
you love
so it's
salt.
perfect.
You love salt.
Not salt, so that's perfect.
Oh.
So I love salt, but I never eat it because it's. Remember, I tell you, my face blows up like.
Oh yeah, I could always tell on Monday mornings when I had a nice little salty Sunday night.
That would happen to me if I fucking Postmates McDonald's at midnight. The next day, it's like I can't even open my eyes.
Yeah.
Imagine my eyes, Nick. Okay, that's what it's like.
What I missed it. What did he say?
He said, "Imagine my eyes."
Let's all make a pact to just taking care of ourselves a little bit more.
Okay.
Aw, cute.
I'm not gonna finish this 1/8 of White Claw.
Wow. Bro, I could hear the aluminum. There's nothing in there.
1/8.
Hit it back on the thing.
Yo, I'm getting my sleep apnea
Hold
test on Thursday, so I'll find out if I have sleep apnea, if I'm going to die from sleep apnea. So that's cool.
What happens if you have it then? You just have to sleep with the machine?
I think I become like tube guy. Yeah.
Tube guy.
That's not bad. You probably get better sleep too, so that'd be awesome.
Oh,
Dude,
I had a
but
99 last night.
I might be able to fucking drink soon because I thought I was always drinking, but I just wasn't breathing.
Man,
didn't we? That doesn't help.
Made
though.
a pact.
No.
We just made a pact that we're gonna.
We never said no drinking.
Yeah, you guys have good livers. Enjoy. Just be careful. Just like to moderate.
Bro, you're nearly about to die, and you're telling these people to enjoy. Like, this guy is just like. Maybe I should take it back. I don't feel bad for him, man. Whatever, man. Hey, Sarah, whatever will be, I guess.
Okay, so
yeah, big up Unique. Big up Unique for that. He's a fucking legend. Big up Unique. Make sure you jump on Unique's channel, give him a like and shit. But fucking hell, Chin. Honestly, fucking hell, Chin. Horrendous, Chin. Like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. But it explains quite a lot, though. It explains a lot. He's been kind of moody. He's been kind of sad. He's also looked very pale. He's also looked very gaunt lately. You know, he's definitely been ill. You can tell he's definitely been ill. Maybe a lot on his mind as well. He's looked kind of sad and down. I'm sure maybe he's just his life in general, plus his health issues is not helping. But what's that? He's like, what did he say in the beginning? His gut, like how many? It's like he listed like a bunch of things, wasn't it?
They're more like
spleen. What was it again?
Give us the rest. Give us the rest of the info because I didn't catch it all. Give us the rest of the info.
Dude, there's a lot of shit going on with me. They're still doing tests, but there's not to worry anyone, but there's internal bleeding. So some blood vessels burst in my stomach.
Yeah.
Kidney has some issues. My spleen is enlarged. There's a lot of shit going on.
And liver. Fucking hell. Holy shit, bro. Holy fucking shit. What a horror, man. What a horror. Young vibe. Chin needs to get his life together. He really does, but I don't think he I don't think he wants to. I don't think he has the ability to, man. That's not necessarily the same thing, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Big up Ason. Hey, is he choking on the white girl pom pom hair? It's hilarious. Hilarious, man. Me not bad man. Me not eat pom pom. Me not bad man. Big up Ason though. Big up Brendan Mallory. He works for Papa. That's why he has problems. True. Jesus Christ. Big up NJ. These motherfuckers make Rogan look like Jonas Salk. Exactly. Oh. Big up Asada's no time to do a look up on this medical jargon. There's a Drake covers to be read. Big up Asada's no time to do look up on all these medical jargon. There are Drake covers to be recorded. And why is the first thing I heard? I got my eyes on you. That's the first thing I heard in my head. Fucking that stupid voice in that fucking Filipino fucking cover band shit. Fuck off, man. Come on, 93 people. Let's get some likes. Yeah, exactly. Hit the like button. It says 93 of you. That's a pretty good number. 93 is pretty decent. If you're out there and you're watching, you like what you see what you like, smash the like button. And also join, become a member. Join and become a member. Become a member. Trying to hit 500 members at some point. But yeah. Chin, man. Fucking hell. This nigga's gonna die, innit? He's actually gonna die. Holy shit. Death by barbecue and beers. Death by Korean BBQ and beers, you know. You know what's really interesting too? He must be really destroying himself because isn't drinking really big in Korea? Aren't they meant to be like even bigger drinkers than fucking Japanese people? And they seem to be holding it together. Some of them are even pop stars and they wear fucking Saint Laurent jeans and shit. You know? So he must be really going above and beyond. He must be really taking the piss out of himself. Really hurting himself because I've always heard of Korean people being very good at their drinking. Why isn't Chin good at his drinking? Why is Chin now in the hospital? Why is Chin now in and out of hospital, you know? He must be doing something wrong. Let's continue. TMZ, SYKO Stu. Have you heard about this update? This is kind of sad, but expected. SYKO Stu is done with in-ring work after the Raja Jackson attack. Wrestling Pal says. Pal, you know, that guy's not his pal. It appears that Raja Jackson has ended SYKO Stu's time in the squared circle. As one of the wrestler's good friends told TMZ, he's sure Stu's in-ring time is over. Douglas Mallow, who actually helped rip Jackson off of Stu during the outburst at the Knox Pro Wrestling event back in August, sat down with us last week after prosecutors officially levied charges against Quinton Rampage Jackson, and he told us that he can't see Stu ever mixing it up in the ropes again. Mallow said the wrestler, real name Stuart Smith, simply took too much damage from Raja to even make a comeback. Jesus Christ, let's listen to it.
It took long enough. I mean, you would think with all the evidence that they would have at least initially took him in that day and got things sorted out, because, you know, that's just a dangerous situation for the people that were involved. Like, you don't know this person's background history, right? But then you don't also know the people that were involved's background and history. It was dangerous for him to be out right away, and, you know, because someone could have retaliated against him and vice versa, you know? So I thought that was crazy in itself. Now that they're finally going ahead with charges, I am happy, but I'm disappointed in him for not reaching out and apologizing, not trying to make amends in any way possible, just kind of staying in the dark. And I feel like, you know, I said earlier I would want the best for him if he were to get mental health treatment and seek some type of evaluation. But if he hasn't taken any steps now to do that, you know, that kind of shows where his head's at, you know, like he's not taking any accountability. So I'm going to stick with my charge.
with all that said, have you spoke to a lawyer? Are you going to hire a lawyer? Are you going to look for any civil cases or anything here?
Uh, well, you can't do a civil case at the same time there's a legal or a criminal case going. So maybe after it's all done, if nobody's still paid for my stitches, but, that's been one thing I've been really pissed about is nobody has once offered to pay for the medical damage that I received for that. And then I don't know about Stu's end, but I know we had the GoFundMe, so I'm happy with that for him.
Have you been in touch with Stu? How is he doing?
So I try not to hit him up as much because the incident with me there, I'm directly tied into it. So from what I talked to his friends and I talked to his wife. If I were to talk to him, it would, in my opinion, it would directly link that trauma to our conversation, and it might take away from his healing. So I just kind of stayed off in the
cap. He feels somewhat personally responsible. He feels awkward talking to him, on the phone because he was the one that encouraged Raja Jackson, to go get his receipt. So that's why he probably doesn't feel weird. That's why he feels weird about it. This fucking guy, man, what a weasel.
distance, but there is going to be an event for Stu with Valor Pro Wrestling around November 15th. And I plan on seeing him there. So that I can't wait for that. That'll give me some closure. I can't wait to hug the guy and everything because, I work 60, 70 hours a week as it is. So for me to just go up and visit him in the high desert, it's almost impossible. And I've been running around on the weekend. So this will be finally some closure.
Do you think for him, and I'm not sure how he's even physically doing, but would it be like a goal for him to get back in the ring and just to put closure to this all as well and show he could still, he could be Psycho Stu once again?
From his close friend that I talked to that's throwing this event said that Stu's done with any ring work. And then I also know about some of the stuff that he was dealing with when I talked to his wife last and his friends. I don't think being in the ring would work ever again.
Yeah, also get a fucking fat payout. Fuck that. As well, get a fucking fat payout if possible. Get a fucking fat payout. Rampage is on fucking Kick every day anyway, streaming with fucking FOTs and shit. Let him pay up. I don't blame him. Psycho Stu should get fucking paid.
I think it would be kind of cool if maybe we could reverse the roles and play it up to where maybe I get beat up in the ring and he comes out, with his music to the apron and sends people in. You know what I mean? I think that's as far as we could go from here, but I don't even think it would be smart at this point. That was a lot of damage he received, plus what he was already dealing with. He wasn't necessarily a spring chicken before the event. So yeah, I don't know.
To put closure, for this, at least from your side of things, what do you want to see happen here to Raja Jackson?
I want to see him make an apology, a sincere apology. I want him to take accountability for his action. I want him to get treatment for his mental health. And I can't keep stating that enough. Any man at that age that has the trauma of dealing with his, like how we lost his mother, you need to go get help for that, because if he doesn't do that, he's not going to be good to himself, his family, his friends, his community, and he can't go through life like that. So like that, I want to see that. And if, he pushes for that, then a lighter sentence. If he doesn't want to own up to it, then he needs to sit in jail until he does.
And down the line, hopeful that he or somebody close to him pays at least for your medical bills.
Yeah, that would be great. If it's all.
Oh, really? Big up Andy. Is that true? Did I mess it up? You are confused. He isn't the one that encouraged Raja. Okay, he's not the same guy. I take it back. Okay, cool. I thought he was the same guy.
Yeah, it was only a copay. It was like $500, but it's the principle. Yeah.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Get well soon, Psycho Stu, man. Get well soon, Psycho Stu. Hopefully he gets paid. From this. Justice is served in court. Probably not, because we know how these things fucking go. Probably not. But hopefully that does happen. Hopefully that does fucking happen. Let's move on. The White House will be the greatest event. What's that one? No. We've done quite a bit. Let's do, actually, isn't there one I missed out here? Kill Tony.
Are you guys cold?
Yeah, you want to do a bit of Brian Callen comedy? Of course you do. Of course you want to do a bit of Brian Callen comedy. Brian Callen's got a new little 15-minute special he put out just recently. Brian Callen, cold plunges, aging, and billionaire parties. False gods, full clip. What is this meant? Is this from the mothership? Wow, that's that special. So he's not putting it out in full. The special he performed, he recorded at the mothership. He's putting. This is what he's doing with it. In this extended cut from Brian Callen's new comedy special, False Gods, filmed at filmed at Joe Rogan. You had to put his name there, innit? Dives into. When's the full special coming out though? Full special premieres October 15th on Brian Callen's YouTube. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's watch this.
Are you guys cold plunging? Are you cold plunging? Huh? Are you? Be honest, because I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be a jerk. I'm looking at this room. You guys look very inflamed. Everybody here looks, this room is swollen. You should look 20% smaller. You got to sit in ice water. Guys, you have to sit. It's going to suck every morning after meditation, obviously, but you sit, get in ice water. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck, but just stay there until you're sure you cannot have children anymore. That's when you know. Make sure everything is frozen, but here's the good news. Go right into a sauna. Go right in. You want to go from the waters of the Arctic to Death Valley because that's natural. And yeah, and you sit in the sauna. Sit in there. I don't give a shit. How hot should it be? It should be so hot it makes you a better person, okay? Yeah, you should think about hell, all right? Yeah. So those are the two non-negotiables. And by the way, balance. Balance, you all know this. This is...
To be fair, it is produced and shot a lot better than Gring of Happy, isn't it? It is actually shot really well. He's just talking, he's babbling a whole bunch of nonsense up there, but it is shot really well though. It's filmed really well.
You know, my presentations are also full of useful information, and they are finding that when you fall in your 80s and you break your hip and die, it's because you had bad balance. And the reason you had bad balance is because you have weak toes. See, you don't know this. You don't know this. It's amazing. We don't talk about toe strength. That is the most, you're working your whole body, you're doing nothing for your toes. That is so irresponsible, all right? Listen, if you're not running in heavy sand barefoot at least 3 days a week, I do not know what to tell you. I don't. And I can't stand where people are like, I don't live near a beach. I can't find heavy sand. I have children and bills. Well then, die in your 80s, you lazy piece of shit.
What type of comedy is this? What type of comedy is this? Like, what type of humor is this? Where are the punchlines? Where am I meant to laugh? Like, what's going on? Does he find this funny, do you think? The crowd seems to be entertained. The crowd, you can barely see them, but the crowd seems to be entertained.
Yeah, you want to live to 105. That's the new 50. Yeah, let your friends die at 85. You want to get to 105. Don't miss those 20 years. Yeah, oh, that's a blast. From 85 to 105. Woohoo! Yeah! Can't wait to get to 100. Do you ever see what the average 100-year-old person looks like? You can't tell if they're male or female. You become involuntarily non-binary. That's what happens. 100-year-old, get the fuck. Like your face looks like a used catcher's mitt. You're walking sideways like a crab. I won. I have strong toes. I eat kale. I sit in ice water. All my friends are dead. I'm a winner. God, such bullshit. I'd rather die smoking and robbing a bank. That's how a man goes out, right? Salads for cowards. You know what the other thing is, though? You know what's funny? Is you can do everything right. This is the other thing you realize when you get older. You can do everything right. You can literally take your vitamins. You can wear your seatbelt, go to church, pay your taxes, give to charity, eat all the food that's good for you, and somebody can still step out of the shadows and kill you. Right? You can. That's a fact. That's the other thing social media reminds you of, that you can die at any time of anything. I've seen all the death. I didn't ask for it, but I've seen people die of every way you can imagine, every way. And
what the fuck's wrong with his thumb? Did he break his thumb? Why is his thumb like that for?
But I've seen people die.
What the fuck's up with this man's thumb? Why going for his thumb? Is he alright? Let's take a screenshot. Why the fuck's his thumb like that? Why going for his thumb? Let's take a closer of this thumb. Let's take a look closer on the thumb. Why is his thumb that shape? What the fuck does he do that? Ew.
Of every way you can imagine, every way. And I think they do that. I think the social media gods monitor our levels. I think they're like, his dopamine levels have been a little too high. Let's bring his cortisol and adrenaline levels up. Send him the video of the escaped circus elephant that stomped that poor guy to mush. And you don't even know, you don't see it coming. You're just like, oh, I love elephants. Why is it shaking its head so violently? What the fuck? It's unbelievable. I thought a guy was running away from a bird. I'm like, look at the pussy running away from the bird. I'm like, that's a fucking drone. What the fuck? They were doing video. These kids were capturing themselves sucker punching people on the street. I went nuts. I looked at my wife. I go, first of all, you're too relaxed. I need your head on a swivel. When you're walking down the street, I want your hands up. I want you bobbing and weaving at all times. You know what I mean? And my wife is like, the kids are opening their presents, I'm like, Christmas can wait. But by the way, I still box. I still keep myself. I'm always ready. And the other day, this is what happens to me. I always say, go light. I'm rolling with this kid, 26 years old, gives me his ankle. Don't give me your ankle, bro. You can't just leave your ankle like that. I'm an ankle guy. You must have forgot, I picked that, I just got that, I scooped that up, drove him right down to the mat, had an ankle sky high, and then I had trouble looking left for 11 days. Worth it. I'm just afraid.
I feel like I've heard these jokes before. The delivery is weird. Like, it's like, I feel like this would be funny. Like, if you met Bryan Callen at like a dinner party and he did this bit for you, I think you'd love it. If you met him at a dinner party and he did this bit for you, I think you'd be dying. Oh, this guy's so funny. But I think on stage it's a bit odd. It's a weird, like, I don't know why I'm meant to laugh. I don't know. It's just, it feels like one big rant,
I'm just afraid I'm going to get bested by a younger, more symmetrical male. And, and my wife is young and she's going to be like, it's just a business decision, He'll raise my kids under a different name. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know. Like, in my mind, in my fantasy, I'm going to be 85, still training. And I'll be in cane and some guy will be like, what's up, old man? And I'll be like, oh no, you chose the wrong grandpa. But you know what the problem is? The problem is, here's the problem. I'm starting to calcify, okay? I am. That's what they don't say. I don't care how much yoga, I don't care what you do. Listen, you get to an age where if I have to fight for my life, if somebody attacks me on the street and I gotta go from 0 to 100 like that, I better be very warm and thoroughly stretched. I'll pull everything, bro. I have so many delicate spots. Don't worry about road rage. If I've been sitting in a car for more than 20 minutes, I can't just pop out of the car. I can't. I don't care. You could be beating my mother to a pulp, and I have to do my foot twirls. I have to. Dude, my Achilles will pop right off the bone. I do. I'll be right there, Monet. I'll be right there. Put your feet in his hands. Hands up. So true, dude. I think the responsible thing to do now, I'm getting to an age where if I really want to be safe, I have to start carrying pepper spray and a whistle. I know. Because that takes no warm up, and then, just call the authorities. I'm not gonna carry a gun. I'm not. I own guns, but and all my friends in Texas, home of the brave, you know. You know what I mean? But for me, it's just, it's too heavy. I know. It just throws my hips off. I can't even wear a bulky watch. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in jail. I'm a free spirit, I know. I'm not a gun. Even if I carried a gun, I'm just not responsible. I'm not. Within 3 days, I'd be like, where is my gun? 100% that'd be me. Dude, I'm not carrying a knife. My buddy, this is great. My buddy, I look at him, he pulls his shirt up. He's just kind of adjusting his clothes. He's got a dagger, a sheath knife. I mean, horrible looking dagger. Like, it's made for one thing. And he's wearing it this way so he can pull it this way, I guess. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, what is that for? And he goes, in case, bro. In case what? He's like, in case there's a situation, I gotta open somebody up. Open somebody up? He's like, this thing will unzip you right quick. I was like, unzip you? You sell real estate. Why are you talking like this? How many situations are you in where you're like, you know what, I gotta unzip? You said 3 bedrooms, fuck this, dude.
This is elite Navy SEALs 250, the 250 class. This is the 250 class. Elite. First line of defense. Wow. Wow. Just imagine what the hour's going to be like. This is a 50-minute clip to get you excited for the hour. Just imagine what the hour's like.
Like, what if he has a knife? What if the other guy has a knife? Now you have a knife, now you're in one of these things? Do you know how to win that? I don't. You really want to be safe? You really want to be safe? You got to make money. Real, yeah, I'm talking real money. You know what I mean? I'm not talking Austin money. I'm talking Dallas money. Yeah, there's a difference, bro. Oh man, I'm talking billions. My buddy's a billionaire. That's, ready for this? That's 1,000 million. I fantasize about having that much money, and not because I have any charities in mind. I know, I think I just want it because I'm just at heart, I'm just a lazy bitch. I'd love to just stop. I'd love to be like, no to everything. That's why I'm not gonna be a billionaire. My buddy, always busy, always. I'm like, how you doing? He goes, crazy week, dude. Crazy week? Why? He goes, just work. Work? Work? You have $1,000 million. I don't even think I would flush. I'd be like, I pooed, somebody get it. Right? Oh my God. My God. Every time you hear a billionaire, they're so ambitious. I'm going to colonize Jupiter, and I'm going to bring irrigation to the Sahara. I will green the desert. I'd be like, I'm going to be cuddling my pony and eating my bonbons. It's a house pony. I'd be such a dick.
He's too old to be doing the middle fingers. He's too old to be doing the old middle finger salute. You're too old to do that, bro.
I would probably have a staff. I'd have them standing at attention every morning, as is the rule. Good morning, everyone. I want something no one else has. I'm bored today. I want a chocolate waterfall and a square basketball. God, and you could be so safe. You wouldn't have to worry about jujitsu. Please. Carry a gun? How gauche. Stop it. I would just outsource my protection. I would hire violent professionals. Powerful men with aggressive beards. Warriors. Warriors who've inoculated themselves to the stresses of combat. sheepdogs in suits. God, you could go anywhere, you'd always be protected. If you did see someone coming for you, if you did see the wolves coming over the hill, you could just be like, get them. I don't know why I get so gay when I think about being that rich. You know what I mean? I think that's what happens when you make that much money, because you can walk into a room and be like, I want to fuck everyone, you know? And they'll do it, because if you have that much money, you know, everybody's going to be like, you just start throwing money. Some people are like, no, it's against my principles. Really? Do you have a mortgage? I'll pay it. If you got a 30-year mortgage, I mean, I'd be like, fucking, let's go, bro. That's worth it. Right?
He's progressive. That's why they're clapping. He's progressive.
But money, man, money makes you do weird things. Listen, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you, I met a super rich, like super villain. This was crazy. Like this, like from the movies. This was nuts. I go to a party in LA at this house. This house, it's the kind of house you walk into and you're like, money does buy happiness, you know, and it was billionaires and movie stars and the people that have sex with billionaires and movie stars. So like gorgeous power. It was just like, you're just like, what is going on? And I'm a pretty confident guy, but 5 minutes at that party, I've never felt more invisible in my life. Just nobody. I was a spore, literally. I was just like, shall I clean the toilets? You know? And so I'm gonna get out of there. I was gonna leave, and one of the security guys recognized me, and he was blocking certain entrances to the house so you couldn't go in. And this guy collected modern art. So he goes, go ahead, take a look. Walk around, I trust you. So I was like, damn. So I'm in the bowels of this mansion. There's like just rooms and different like art things. And then I come to a room, and there's this, and there's this giant canvas. It's a white canvas, and it looked like the artist took his long hair and dipped it in black paint and then did this once, like, right? Just this bullshit I'm looking at, right? And I can hear the din of the party, and I already feel a little bad about myself, right? And I'm looking at this thing, and this duke, this count, this striking Dracula, this like, and I didn't see him at first. I just heard him. I'm just looking at this painting, and I hear behind me, I hear this voice, and it just goes, do you hunt? Oh, hi. Do I hunt? I have hunted before, yeah. I knew it. You move like a hunter. I'll be honest, when I first saw you, I thought someone had thrown clothing on a jaguar. And what do they call you then? Bryan? No, I'm afraid that won't do. Do you mind if I call you Tarzan? I don't care, you want to. And that was the first time I met P. Diddy. So nice.
Fucking boo, man. Fucking boo. Fucking boo. Oh. Really, nigga? Really? Anyways. I don't know. I got nothing more to say. Nothing more to say. I swear, nothing more to say. Actually, what did the comments say? What did the comments say? Are the fans happy? So refreshing hearing Bryan be able to say something. Brendan has muzzled Callen so much I generally forgot how fucking funny he is. Okay, people love it. So glad old Bryan is blessing on 15 minutes of goofy comedy. This is the best 85-year-old I've ever seen. He's so genuine, that's why it's funny. One dose of Callen, please, thanks. Okay, people like it. If Shorban Delia and SYKO had a JRE trained AI comedy model, This was good, very good. Every time I visit the channel, I leave with more peace, joy, and open heart. Okay. His fans love it though. I hate it. His fans love it. That's the main important thing. That's the main important thing. Okay. Let's leave it there. I think. How we're about two. Oh, you know what? What else haven't done? I've done quite a bit, haven't I? Team Mike, TMZ, House of Guest. Oh, actually, yeah, Shorb Show. Let's do a bit of Shorb Show, and then I'm gonna bounce. Let's do a bit of Shorb Show. Let's do a little bit of Shorb Show. Let's see what's happening. Have they got timestamps today? Fucking chin. Let's see what they're talking about today on Shorb Show. Any timestamps? Yep, there we go. Intro, fight night recap, Conor suspension, current events. Okay, cool. Let's see what's happening on Shorb Show. Then we can continue. Then I'm gonna bounce. Okay, let's see.
Now, Brandon Thick Boy Shop.
Yeah. Big up Daniel Clements. Wagwan. Callen's comedy should be classified as a hate crime. Is hilarious. Big up Noodles. Dodgers v Brewers intense game. What's that? Is that football? What is that? What's Dodgers v Brewers? Is that baseball? Is that football? Dodgers who? Dodgers Brewers. Who the fuck is that? Oh, baseball. Big up. Sorry if I spoiled it, people. Sorry if I spoiled it. Hopefully I didn't spoil it for you. Let's continue. Let's do Shorb Show.
Yes, sir. Monday morning, October 13th, almost 9 a.m. It is exactly 8:40.
Look at that t-shirt. Gearhead's gone wild. What the fuck? What kind of grift is this? What fucking grift is this? You don't even get it.
9 a.m. on this crisp Texas morning. What's up, fam? How we doing out there? Everybody good? How was the kids' sports this weekend? Oh, really? Cool, man. Very cool. Parents, I get it, dudes.
What the fuck is that intro? What?
Good. How's what's up, fam? How we doing out there? Everybody good?
Don't put a face. Jesus. Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay?
How was the kids' sports this weekend? Oh, really? Cool, man. Very cool. Parents, I get it, dudes. I get it. T had a tournament in Dripping Springs. And Teeters, his team, entered this 10U. They're a 10U majors team. They entered this tournament. And apparently there wasn't enough 10U teams. This is what's weird. Originally there was. And then like 4 days before, like, hey.
Your fans don't like this, man. Surely your fans hate this shit. This must be the worst segment of the show. Like, just, I don't know. If you're going to tell about your kids, give a brief overview. Yeah, what you call it? Tag had a pretty decent game. A couple of rants. I don't know. Round it up, bro. He's getting to the minutia, the detail. Like, oh yeah, this and that. Like, no one cares, man. Like, hurry up. Round this shit up. Sum this shit up.
Actually, there's not enough for a full tournament. Do you guys mind playing in the 13U tournament? We're like, that's a big difference. Because also, remember, T's 9. Some of the kids are 9. T's probably the youngest on the team. Most kids are 10. So we're a 10U majors team. And I'm like, 13, that's wild. But it's not, uncommon. This happens all the time. But the thing is, they're 13U AA and AAA teams. So not majors. So they're, they're not at a super elite level, but they're definitely older. So we'll see how it goes. And then from 9 to 13, big difference. Those kids were huge. And T, to start off, we beat the brakes off the first two teams. And then once we got to the Sunday games, early on, T I think he was a little intimidated by their size. He did all right, not great. I could tell he was a little shy, which, he's 9, so I get it. And then finally on Sunday against the 13-year-old pitcher, he decided to go yard. And as a dad, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. That means home run, Chin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that means home run. He hit the piss out of this thing.
Yeah, well, explain it to most people that don't give a fuck or know. I like how he's trying to mock Chin for not, like, who cares, bro? Most of us have zoned out.
Hit the piss out of it. And thank God, because he got that new bat. I posted on my story, he broke the Soldier Tank bat. We've had it for like 3 weeks. And then he got an Easton's dub. Shout out to Easton's. He got an Easton Dubs bat. And hasn't been doing great with it. New bat had to break in. And then finally, yakka. There's nothing better, dude. And they gave me the game ball. So they did end up losing that game. But you know how it goes. It was a good weekend, man. Just sports. I was in LA. Chin was in LA. I didn't know you were there.
I didn't know you were going to.
You went on Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday night, though.
Came back Sunday.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Sunday.
Did you have any issues with your flights because the government shut down a bunch of the...
No, but my brother told me, he warned me there might be something going on.
Especially flying to Burbank. Burbank had a huge issue. LAX, not so much.
Yeah.
They have enough people where, the government shutdown didn't affect them, but I was all right, too.
You went to Burbank or LAX?
LAX.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's tough to get to Burbank from here, direct flight. LAX, shooting a new show out there where I'm just the host, just the talent. It's so refreshing where I don't have to do everything.
He's saying all that while Chin is sitting right there. He said all of that while Chin is sitting right there. It's so refreshing. I have to do everything. Bro, you don't do anything anyway. What the fuck are you talking about? Do everything. It's so refreshing. I have to do everything. Yo, this guy. Chin does everything. You just turn up and talk. Oh my God. This guy. I get it's different working on a show that isn't yours. You just have to do the hosting gig. I get it, but let's not act like you do everything, bro. He doesn't even upload the videos. Doesn't do the titles, thumbnails, nothing. He just sits in front of a camera. Chin presses record. He doesn't even do that. Fucking hell.
It was a good time. I'll have news for you guys on that stuff soon, but it was a grand old time. Good to be back in LA. Caught up with a lot of buddies, a lot of baseball dads. Went to their practice. And what's funny about that is Dodgers were in the 11th inning, and the coach stopped practice so the kids could watch it. I posted on my Instagram. They freaked out when the Dodgers won. Freaked out. Dodgers have one more. They're in the NCLS championship now against Milwaukee Brewers. We should beat the brakes off them. Milwaukee has good pitching, but can't keep up with the firepower, baby, with the kids. Kids on the far right. Yeah. That's a 10U's major team. They freak out. Look at those little bastards. Literally stop practice so they could watch it. Kids were freaking out. He's kicking the ball. Yeah.
It always impresses me how Brendan's able to just sit there and watch his own clips and not even say quickly, like, hurry up, let's just move on. Don't really watch it in your own time, Most normal people, when they bring up their clips off their own Instagram or social media platforms, they usually like, yeah, check out the clip I posted on my social. You can see what I did, or they'll quickly show it. But Brendan can sit there the whole time and just watch a clip on his own. I mean, it's very strange how he's able to do that. He has no kind of level of embarrassment or shame or anything. He just sits there like, even smiling at the sound of his own voice is like, are you okay?
Freaking out. Oh man, Dodgers are the only team I can remember. Yeah, even when I was a kid, when my team lost, I was all right. I was like, all right, whatever, they come next week. Or it's like, I'm not on the team. It's whatever. I like the team. Dodgers are the only team when they lose puts me in a bad mood. The only team. They're cooking now. Even if I told you Dodgers were going to make it to the National League Championship Series, the NLCS, if I told you that and I told you they were going to do it probably without Ohtani. He's 1 for 20, dude, in the playoffs. 1 for 20. Now, his pitching's fucking filthy. I'm just saying hitting-wise, he's 1 for 20.
1 for 20.
Would you'd be like, what? They made it without Ohtani? Yes. They batted I think it was 140. This is a series against Phillies. They're not playing great, and they're still winning. Still winning, baby. Dodgers are on tonight. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Can't wait, kids. Booked that trip to New Orleans. Wifey's been asking to go to New Orleans. We're into all the haunted stuff, right? And New Orleans is the most haunted city in America. So we're finally doing the whole haunt tour and all that shit. Can't wait. Going next week, Chin.
That's awesome. How many days are you going for?
2 days.
It's always so short.
In and out, dude.
Yeah.
In and out. Let me see it. In and out.
You never been there before?
I've been there before. I went there for comedy. Been there like 2 or 3 times for comedy at House of Blues. I think I went once by myself, twice with Callen for Fire the Kid Lives back in the day.
Oh, snap.
And then I went again another time with the UFC for some promotion stuff.
It was fun. It's like
the good old days, the stand-up era. I miss that era so much. Please come back. Give us Gringo Papi Dos. Gringo Papi Dos.
A big drink in town, right?
It's fun if you're on bourbon, like that whole area.
Of course, Chin mentions the drinking. Chin has organ failure at the moment, right? Chin is suffering from organ failure right now, but of course he mentions the drinking. New Orleans is good for drinking, right? Yeah. How many have to go?
Area down there, head on a swivel. It's a dangerous town.
And stuff,
Super dangerous town. Yeah. Just
all the black people in it. All the black people.
Gotta have your head on a swivel. Super dangerous town. So we'll see. Hopefully we don't get mugged doing the haunted tours.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, should be all right. But I can't wait. Love October. Can't wait, dude. Let's get into some fight news here, though. Let's get into the fight news. If you're enjoying this and you want to ad free, I'm sick of the ads too, kids. If you're enjoying this, you can get this show ad free. Just go to patreon.com/
No, but you're not sick of the ads. You love the ads. Stop lying. You're not sick of the ads. You fucking love the ads.
TFATK. That thing is crispy. It's doing well. I love you guys. That thing, we should have done it a hot second ago. You get extended episodes, ad free, Fire the Kid, SCHAUB'S show. Every month you get a Q&A with me and Callen, me or Callen, or both of us. And then me and Chin just launched a series on there where we go to my favorite barbecue spots. Started with Styles and Switch Barbecue, my absolute favorite. Chin, I went to this. So there's Styles and Switch, I think.
It's just Styles Switch.
Styles Switch. Yeah. And then in Dripping
Chin's correcting him. Love to hear it.
Springs, where Tiger's tournament was, I think it's just Switch Barbecue. So it's the same family, but they ditched the Styles. It's more of a restaurant vibe. Still good. Same chicken wings, same ribs. Because I took my fam there after the game. After T hit that home run, you got to celebrate, dude. Got to celebrate. So I took the whole family there.
Nice.
Got the ribs. Your fave.
The brisket.
They didn't have the brisket was good too. They didn't have the sandwich though. The burger.
Oh, your burger.
Yeah. They didn't
Damn,
have
that
the burger.
sucks, dude.
I think that's Monday through Friday. Didn't have it.
That's why it's special.
Tiger loves burgers. I was hyping it up, and they did not offer it. I was like, okay, well.
Not even the Diablo, the other one that I had?
They offered the Diablo, but he's not going to eat that.
Yeah,
and then they have a burger, but it's a smash burger, 2 patties, real thin.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
They're good, dude.
No. There's no smash burgers there. Get out of here. That's not a real burger. You had a fight night.
What? He's anti-smash burger. Why? He's so dumb. He thinks being a contrarian is smart. You know, that's what he does, isn't it? He's so utterly dumb that he thinks being a contrarian, when there's no need to be a contrarian, is like a smart thing because it shows he's got critical thinking skills, right? Oh, fucking hell. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yo, big up the stream chat. I was saying, big up, was Adam Ray's humiliate himself on Kill Tony, is he? You know what? I might have to switch it for the last 7 minutes then. I want to round this off to a nice 3-hour show. Let's see, is he? Is it still live though? Or is it finished?
In Utah, in an arena, November 1st. Yikes. So much fun. We love you guys. God, we love him. Literally like the greatest thing to ever happen to the show. You're unbelievable. No. Great.
Let's see.
Help sick people. Points. So it's working. Hell yeah.
Come on now. Let's see. Big up in the stream chat. Smash like, hit
RV
subscribe.
for sale in the next couple months. This looks like a fun name. Looks like a new name. Make some noise for Big Chuck, everybody. Here comes the Big Chuck.
Hell yeah, dude. What's going on? I got a lot of inventions I've been working on lately. My latest invention is a new breakfast cereal. The working title is Oops, All Shrooms. I like to eat shrooms for breakfast, dude. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's working out. I'm down a couple pounds and I'm up a couple IQ points. So it's working, dude. Hell yeah. I eat shrooms for breakfast. It makes your day a little weird. You know, the other day I had shrooms for breakfast, forgot, ended up donating blood. I was like, oh no, dude. My blood's supposed to be going to help sick people, but some cancer kid is going for a ride, dude. He's going to meet God a little sooner than he hoped. Thank you.
All right. 55.
How many times did you mention shrooms? Stand-up comedy is a sham, innit? I think stand-up comedy is a form of money laundering. Stand-up comedy is a form of money laundering. I swear it is. I swear. Stand-up comedy, the art form, the entertainment industry, whatever that shit is, that sector, it is a form of money laundering. It is a psyop.
Seconds of eating shrooms in the morning material, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck, welcome to the show. You're not as big as I was hoping you would be with the name Big Chuck. On this show, you're more of a medium.
Thanks, buddy.
Medium Chuck. Welcome. How old are you?
I'm 39.
39. You don't look a day under 55. It's incredible. Welcome, welcome. This is your first time on the show?
Yes, sir.
How long you been doing stand-up?
About 2 years, a little under 2 years.
Where at?
Reno, Nevada.
Wow, you were expecting a big response there. You're the
It's like he gets electrocuted when he answers a question.
Yeah.
Like he's going to levitate. Reno, Nevada!
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What you lack in punchlines, you make up for in volumes, and that's fun.
Thank you. Nevada.
You been doing stand-up?
About 2 years, a little under 2 years.
Where at?
Reno, Nevada.
Wow, you were expecting...
He didn't expect the clap, did he? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, he did actually expect it. You could see it. Oh.
A big response there. Where at?
Reno, Nevada.
Wow, you were expecting a big response there. You're the
It's like he gets electrocuted when he answers a question.
Yeah.
Like he's going to levitate. Reno, Nevada!
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What you lack in punchlines, you make up for in volumes, and that's fun.
Thank you.
There you go. The biggest little comedian we've had on the show all day. So, what do you do for work, Big Chuck?
I do video and audio production. But I'm
Answer
about
it.
to get laid off, so I'm open to doing a Mexican drum off for Red Band's job.
No. Great.
Red Band's job.
There you go. All right. Big Chuck, you married? You have kids?
Yeah, I'm married. I have a son. He's 8 years old, and I have a dog too.
What's his name?
The dog or the son?
Either one.
Goose.
Okay. What's the dog's name?
You scream everything, and there's such an anticlimactic silence after. I imagine us going out later, and you're like, we're going to another bar! Fuck! I love you. Keep going. What's the son's name?
I love the gray beard. It looks like you went down on ELAINE before the show.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Play your cards right.
Must be why your breath smells like Red Bull right now.
Too soon.
All right. Okay. Here's a little joke book.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Big Chuck, everybody.
Big Chuck.
It's a very, very... Well, this name looks promising. Make some noise for Matthew Coffin, everybody. Coffin.
Truly incredible, the levels of comedy we get on this show, man. Just a reminder of just how great and pure that art form is, you know? Just a constant reminder of just how pure and great stand-up comedy is as an art form. It's not a sham. They haven't been getting away with murder for ages. It's not about to burst bubble wise. It's not it's not on the lowest rung of the entertainment ladder for no reason. It is to be respected and heralded and lifted up and praised. Stand-up comedy forever.
I've got a major issue with people not getting fucking words right anymore these days. I was watching Van Jones do this interview with these 4 black folks that voted for Trump. And one of the gentlemen said, I like him because he's an asshole. He says what he means and he means what he says. And I'm like, that's not what a fucking asshole is. We had a beautiful movie that came out years ago called Team America World Police, made by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, that told us the difference between a dick and a pussy and an asshole. Pussy wants to bitch and complain about everything and make everybody miserable. An asshole wants to shit
Calm down, bro. Have a breath.
all over everything and ruin everybody's fucking lives and day. But then you have the dicks who are willing to stand up and do the right fucking thing no matter what, no matter people like it or not. And pussies and assholes hate dicks because dicks fuck pussies and assholes. And Donald John Trump is the dick we hired to fuck the pussies and assholes. And I love what he's doing with the Oval Office. He's turning that shit into a modern day fucking Piper's Pit. And I love it. I'm just waiting for the day when these world leaders mouths off to him and he says, that's interesting. Can you look over there for me? And while they're bent over looking the other way, he turns over and picks up a fire extinguisher and shoves it up the guy's ass and says,
all right there.
What? What? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Like, I'm scared. Like, he worries me. Oh my God, bro.
There, Matthew Coffin, a very interesting rally speech you just gave. Let's talk about it. How long you been doing stand-up?
July.
Okay, good answer. Where are you from?
I was kind of get to Delaware, sir. Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. Do you know your state representative?
Sadly.
You do?
You probably don't
we always say, yo, he's from Pennsylvania. He's not from fucking Delaware.
Who's that?
What are you talking
Biden.
Yeah, we're talking about, you know, a lady named Medina?
Medina? No.
Lady
She's probably on a list you have.
All right, look at that. You see that, Red Band? Look at that little doggy up there. Yeah. That's adorable. That's what makes you likable. That's how you get the victims closer to you. Amazing. What do you do for work?
I've had 48 jobs since I was a kid, and I just picked up doorman work over here.
Doorman at Shakespeare's. Yes, okay, how long you been doing that?
Just a few weeks now.
Nice. What's the dog's name? Look at that little cutie.
He's a doorman, as in he's a bouncer in the bar. In America, when someone says they're a doorman, does that mean you're a bouncer at a bar? This crazy guy is judging when people can come in or not into bars. This guy that looks like he's on all the drugs and he's constantly drunk, he's the one that's deciding if people can come in or not. It's like, what? He's the door guy. Holy shit. Oh, big up. Okay, no, he probably at a hotel or something. Even at a hotel, he doesn't look that well kept, does he? Don't you have to be clean shaven at a hotel and wear like, and be like, well, I don't know. Fucking hell. Whatever bar or hotel he's the door guy at, I'm not staying there or drinking there.
Lucius Fox.
Oh my goodness.
Dog name.
Isn't that
Dog name.
adorable?
I don't know what I.
How long have you had her for?
He.
Oh.
Oh,
ew!
Well, hey, welcome
What the fuck?
Welcome back to Don't Do That Again. My God.
Whoa.
How dare you misgender my dog? I'm going to touch his penis.
Yeah. And then expose it to the whole crowd and cameras.
It's always a smart move to bring a cute distraction on stage.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then never address it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He just goes wherever I go.
I love
His
that.
bed's my bed.
So
It's been quite a journey.
He works with you at Shakespeare's?
Yep, he works the front door with me. And
I love it.
They're wonderful people over there.
Yes, they are.
They really are.
We
Great
love,
spot.
we love Shakespeare's. Okay, so tell us about your life, Matthew. Tell us some crazy shit about yourself.
Well, that's what I was wondering, where you wanted to start. And I was like, well, I guess the beginning is the best bet. I cracked my head open and ripped my lip off my face before I had heart surgery at 2 years old.
Wow. Okay.
I was
Scars to prove it. Sorry, sir.
What? That's crazy.
Ma'am.
Go ahead. Right. It's fine. It's
Don't misgender Elaine.
Yeah, you
or I'll
want
touch her pussy.
What was the heart surgery for? What was the condition?
It was a birth defect. And it was funny because my dad was my biological dad was on the phone with my mom while she was pregnant with me. And he said, oh, nobody in my family has any heart problems. And he hung up the phone. But basically, it was a blockage between the first and second chamber that made it so enough blood couldn't transfer through to the next chamber. And it was making my heart swell to where it could have exploded. But there was also a hole in my heart the size of a quarter in the fourth chamber, and it allowed enough blood to drain out of it so it didn't explode.
Wait, did a doctor say that if you don't get this done with, your son is going to explode?
It's pretty bad. There's actually another girl.
And here he is ranting on stage about politics like he's about to explode. Be grateful you have a heart that works, bro, and calm down with the fucking Trump rally speeches. He's in power now. He's in the Oval Office. Like, relax. You don't need to campaign for him anymore.
A little Indian mother and her child were in there and had the same condition as me, and she didn't make it. My mom had to console the lady. It was pretty rough. But it was actually
kind of spiking the foot.
I like how he mentions the races of everybody, isn't it? Interesting, isn't it? Why does he mention the race in the story? Talking to these 4 black fellas and these 2 Indians are... Why just to mention the race? Why just it doesn't? It's not like he adds anything to the story. Oh, this Indian, like what? What? Like, if you mention the race, it has to add to the story. Oh yeah, I was walking down the street and these 2 big black guys were walking towards me, and I was scared. Cool. That adds to the story because you're scared of black people. Whatever, big and aggressive, strong. Whatever. But like, what does the Indian have to do with that story? And an Indian mother and a like, what? This mother lost her daughter or something. That was heartbreaking. That's why it should start and end. Like, you don't have to mention the race. He's a psycho.
Football, huh?
And I don't actually have this memory, but my mom told me very explicitly, like, it's been a pretty emotional couple months, but she had to explain to me, she was like, yeah, you've always liked wrestling. She was like, you had this fucking IV thing in your neck in the lobby, and I said, look, honey, Hulk Hogan's on TV, and she said, I turned my head so fast, the IV popped out of my neck, and blood's just squirting out on the floor, and people are cleaning it up, and I'm just like, Hulk Hogan. So,
you know, a lot of people have...
Look at the judges. Look at their faces. Yeah, see, he sounds like a homeless dude trying to make up sauce. Oh, this is probably a wild reference. I don't even know if he's still alive anymore. I don't even know if this guy is still alive anymore. But when I went to LA, when was this, like 2015 or something? When I went to LA and I stayed at I stayed in the, is it the Generator Hostel? I think it was Generator, a bit near like Hollywood Boulevard. Is it Generator Hostel? It was a hostel anyway. It was the logo was kind of green. I stayed in this hostel, and one of the days, or one of the random days I was in there, I met this English guy, weirdly, who lived in LA. And obviously, because I was there for like 2 weeks, I think. And then as the days go by, I think he stayed in that hostel for one day, and I bumped into him on the street. And then I realized quite quickly, oh shit, he's homeless, but he had like money for one day to sleep in that hostel. But I kept bumping into him and stuff, and we'd go out for drinks and da 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 da. But he was just a random English dude that somehow ended up in LA, but then he ended up homeless. Maybe he was like in between jobs. I don't know what it was, but he reminds me a lot of this guy. Like, big up whoever said it in the sermon chat. It's Z, exactly, about sharing stories, because that's what that guy would do. He like be just rattling off stories and stuff that didn't happen, but he was entertaining. He was fun and shit. And then when he came back to the hostel, there's a couple like New Zealand and Australian dudes who are super funny, and we would like buy him gear and stuff. We'd buy him drinks and just get him fucked up, and like let's hear him fucking ramble. I wonder if that guy's still alive. I wonder if he's still about. He's like I think he was blonde, like a mohawk type of a thing. I wish I remember his name, but he reminds me so much of this guy. He reminds me so much of this guy. Fuck. Strong homeless energy. But to be fair, he did mention him and his dog are everywhere, so I think this guy has been unhoused a few times. But look at their faces, man.
I have a different idea of a fun story than I do. Everyone who comes up here is like, oh, here's a fun anecdote I tell at dinner parties. There was blood everywhere.
Tell us about your adult life. Anything crazy happened then?
Well, if you want to move a little further, you want to skip to my virginity when the girl ran away from Colorado on a Greyhound to come see me in Delaware, and her dad got there before she did.
Yes. Okay, what did Dad do?
His dad? Oh, he was like, he saw me working at the shave ice stand, getting ready to make some milkshakes and shit, and he was like, oh, I see you're a nice looking young gentleman. I can see why she came out here for you. Like, it was actually pretty cool. They were Buddhist. They were actually very like peace praying, humble bumble, like Buddhist.
Did you end up fucking the girl?
Yeah, that night.
All right.
Wow. So like, Dad.
And I earned my red mustache and red wings on the first try.
Okay, see what I mean?
Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. That's my cue. 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 I'm sorry to end it that way, but that's my cue. That's my cue. That's my cue. Thank you for tuning in. Random show. We're back again tomorrow. Yeah, that's my cue. I can't do that. We're back again tomorrow. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Smash the like. Hit subscribe before you leave. Smash the like. Hit subscribe before you leave. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. There'll be a Taz tomorrow as well, so keep an eye out for the Taz. And there may be something on the old Patreon as well, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, be safe, everybody. Be safe, be well, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Peace.